Wait, I forgot how to do this. It's been so long.
It's been so long. Hunter
We
has
missed
no
you
idea.
guys. Yeah, I'm like, my podcasting
lost-
powers
lost for words.
are gone.
I haven't seen you guys since last night.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I haven't seen him
Yeah,
since
he's
like.
been MIA.
Some of you might notice that Bryant looks a little different.
Yeah, we would have had a video, but someone never posted the video.
Well, it'll be out by the time this is out.
Oh yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see about that.
I'm gonna be done this week, I promise. Fucking
Take off your hat.
promises are
Show the
dog
good
shit.
people.
Show your little mushroom that you got going on.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
shit.
Baldy.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So actually, the funny thing is when we cut it, we like used the 0
Yeah.
on the machine, so it was like you could see my scalp clearly.
It's already like
It's
this.
already like this.
crazy.
That's how long it's been.
Yeah.
I think it just grows so fast. I feel.
No, I think you just haven't posted the damn
It's
video.
been a
Anna.
month.
Yeah, it's been a month, and he's looking about to be ready for another cut.
Yeah, actually, I am.
Okay, I'll do it again.
We just refilmed the video.
That's just refilm.
Better
it.
audio this time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, put that
let's-
hat back on.
so other than so Bryant's cut his hair since the last time the podcast. What have you guys done since the last time we did the podcast? What's changed in your life?
What's changed in the life?
It's been so long.
I went to Iceland and came back.
Oh yeah, big true.
Yeah. True.
Big true.
And you guys...
And no. There's a bigger one than you just getting to Iceland. Dogga joined the 3 club.
Yeah, I'm 30 now.
Oh, yeah.
The 3 baby.
I'm an old fuck.
Your first podcast is a 30-year-old.
The 3 baby.
My knees are already hurting.
Yeah.
This man says it, but he's been playing basketball every day for like the past 5 weeks.
Well, that's good. When you're older, you're supposed to stay in shape by like doing some exercise.
Cheers to that.
It's recommended. Oh, yeah, I need to
Oh,
open my
shit.
beer.
Man, Dog has had his beer open for the past.
I've been drinking since lunch.
Why? With who?
With
Oh, that's
we
cute.
went for an English exam this morning, which I fucking did well at. It's just to say I did fine.
I always forget.
Top marks.
No, I think she's gonna get a better grade than me. I swear.
I told him, I said they should have made a bet where like whoever got the lowest score has to do dishes for a month or something like that.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't make that bet.
That would be fun.
Like this TOEIC exam is weird.
You just took a speaking one, right? There wasn't
Yeah,
like
only a
written.
speaking one.
Gotcha.
Probably the written one would be easier.
How long did it take?
Like 15 minutes. But you have to in the beginning you have to fill out like a survey. They're asking you a bunch of questions like who you are, what you do. They use such like old Korean words, so I didn't understand anything. I just clicked random shit. But it doesn't. It's just a survey, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
So
but
you're a 40-year-old Nigerian
Yeah.
woman
who's also a student.
who's also a student.
But yeah, but the questions are kind of hard. But I didn't really prepare. I just
Why did you actually take the test? Is it like for visa purposes?
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
Yeah, he has to prove that he can communicate in
in English in
English.
Korea.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Which is a
because
weird thing.
Yeah.
no, because usually I could just go to my embassy and do like a Korean test to prove my Korean skill.
Yeah.
But we don't have an embassy here.
You have to go to Japan, right, or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I can do a Korean exam or like a Korean interview in Japan. So it's all kinds of
Yeah,
fucked
this
up.
was just the easiest way to
Yeah.
to get it done. Nice.
So, but
Man, where do they have embassies? Because even you don't have a Korean
no,
embassy in Iceland.
that's in Norway.
Yeah, in Norway. So it's like
That was
whenever
Denmark.
No,
Oh.
whenever you gotta go to the embassy, you always have to fucking leave.
yeah. So yeah,
Unlucky. Time to move to Japan.
but after that we went for lunch in Gangwon. We found some little Japanese place. Had some namabire.
Nice.
Beer.
So what have you done since
Me?
the last podcast? What's changed in your life?
What's nothing's changed too much. But what is changing is my shift at work.
Oh yeah.
I'm finally done with split shift, so I can have some semblance of a normal life.
So what's your new schedule gonna be?
Totally shit.
I was asking too, and it's like,
I do like
until
it.
9.
It's, like, it's still till 9, but 12 till 9.
12
I-
p.m. 9 p.m.
12, yeah. So I could have chosen to work 7 a.m. to like 4 p.m. Like normal working hours,
Yeah,
I
that sounds
guess.
terrible.
But 7 a.m., nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I can't. And all of my students mostly come at night. So if I had to shift, they'll be like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
We paid so much money to see you, and now you've changed your shift to the morning.
That's good
But it does suck for some of my morning students. Like one of the dudes, man, that guy loves me.
What?
He's written like 18 reviews for me.
Wow.
No, and
Do you get extra money when you get good reviews?
you don't get extra money, but you get high on the placement, and there are some
You
students.
get a little gold star next year.
Yeah, I get a gold star. But like some students would be like, I booked you because you had great reviews. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So I get something out of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does it come with a pay increase?
No, it's just the shift change.
Okay.
But I did get a pay increase when I became the head teacher like 2 months ago, 3
Oh,
months
nice.
ago.
So you're buying dinner tonight.
I'm not. I believe you are, since you are now.
And since in the last podcast, I got a job.
Yeah, you're employed. Woo!
Fucking finally.
This man's got on a job for 1 week and he hasn't stopped moaning.
The second day he said, "Wow, this is the greatest job ever. I'm just chilling." The day after that, he says, "Fuck having a job."
No.
No, I never said no.
First he said
to
it
be
was
clear,
boring. I
I've
hate
never,
this.
Yeah, okay.
And
the
then
first
he
week
said-
was boring.
And then he said, "This is the best job ever."
Yeah, now it's the best job ever.
And
It's
then
just-
he said, "I'm so done with work."
And he said, "I'm so done with work." Yeah,
no, I
this
said
guy
I'm so
was-
done with a aspect of work.
No, it was funny because he went to Japan, and when he came back, he was like, "I'm so tired all the time."
Yeah.
What?
Dude, I was tired. Japan trip was rough.
Mate, we're in the same time zone. What do you mean the Japan trip was rough?
I was just busy. I was just busy the whole time.
That man
man.
had jet lag.
I left
on
at
the
4
same
a.m. out of my
time zone.
house, and then I didn't sleep till like 10 p.m. and everything was just constant moving and working the entire time. It was rough.
Welcome to adulting.
I know, it's rough.
It kinda
I
sucks,
don't
right?
like it. I want to go back.
The eternal student. Hunter just
Yeah.
quit to go back to school.
Speaking of students, how's your Korean classes going, Bryant?
It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's going.
What was there was an issue when you signed up for the classes, right?
Yeah, so basically I needed to go to level 1 just to start from the beginning. But level 1 is only in the afternoons and I can't really I need to have my classes in the morning.
Yeah.
So I talked to my school and I told them, yeah, I needed to be in the morning. I kind of gave them an excuse and then they were like, okay, then just take this test and then join level 2 and see if you can join level 2. And I did the test. I pretty much just went like, yeah, probably this, probably that. Like it was mostly guess. It was maybe 80% of it was just guessing. But apparently it was good enough for them to be like, yeah, okay, go to level 2. So, yeah, now I'm at level 2 and that shit is hard because there's a lot of already vocabulary and like conjugations that I'm not familiar with that we're supposed to already have known. And so I'm trying to catch up with that. But at the same time, like all this information that we're getting from class, I'm just trying to like actually get it. And like, I kind of do understand it, but I still can't make the sentences by myself because of what I'm lacking from before. And shit, it's exhausting. It's like mentally I'm exhausted. Like my head feels heavier.
But it's
from
also lighter because
Yeah.
you have no hair.
Yeah, no, it really does like just feel like by the end of the class, I'm just exhausted.
But I'm surprised they have no morning schedule for level 1. Because
it's
like
kinda
at
weird.
Yonsei they had, and what's it? Sogang they also
same with
had.
Sogang.
Yeah, you can choose which one
You
you
can
want to do
choose
your
which one you
classes
have.
at.
Yeah,
It's
they don't
Sejong.
have
We're not
it though.
that not that privileged.
Shouldn't
You
have
should
gone
come over to
Sejong.
Sogang. I'll join you.
Yeah, come to Sogang.
Too far.
too
man.
far.
Then we can have beers at lunchtime.
I would if I didn't live in Misa.
Just move. It's
No, don't move. We're closer now.
Oh yeah, you also moved, right, Hunter?
yeah, but so I moved out into the countryside.
I'm
kind of near
jealous.
Bryant.
I'm jealous.
What's funny is that we live. If I take a taxi, it takes me 16 minutes to get to his house.
But if you take a bus,
But if there's no buses, like there's like a river, so like there's like a highway bridge. There's no like public transportation bridge, so there's no buses that go across it. Because it's like highway, so they're not buses don't go on the highway usually.
Oh, so it's a highway. So
Yeah,
you're,
like
you're
highway,
actually in the
highway.
countryside.
Yeah, and that's the only way to get across the river. The only other way is that you have to go all the way around
Yeah.
through Seoul,
crazy.
basically. So for me to get to his house, like using public transportation, it would take an hour.
Yeah.
you know,
it's-
it would have been great if you won that bike. You could just cycle over the bridge.
Yeah, exactly. No, I actually thought about this. I'm thinking about getting like one of those like electric bikes. Because they have all the ones for rent. There's like so many around my house. I just
Yeah.
ride that to work like 3 times a day
Yeah.
or 3 times a week.
Oh, electrical?
So I'm like, I like that.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So I've been thinking like, why not just invest and buy one? Because right now I'm just spending like
Those
$1
things
a
are
day.
shit expensive though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd recommend getting a second-hand one on Tangan or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you
Yeah,
need
that-
a
maybe it's a
license for
car.
them or anything?
Nah,
Don't they have the Seoul? No, you're not in Seoul.
don't need it.
The green bikes?
The green bikes?
Like
No,
side-
no.
side- yeah.
I mean, they might somewhere else, but not near my house. Near my house.
Wait, what do
is
you
just
mean
all
the green
rental
bikes?
ones.
Tarangi?
Just
Yeah.
just the
Ah,
normal
that's
bikes.
that's only in Seoul.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I forgot he isn't in Seoul.
Yeah.
Man, just cities in the countryside. But again, so jealous. Ooh,
Why?
A slow pace of life, just relaxing, no fast cars, No crazy people. Just
Says the man that came home at 8 this morning.
I did not. I deny
The allegations.
the allegation. What was that meme? Accusations. False accusations.
I feel that like Gyeonggi though it's technically outside of Seoul, but it really does feel like it's still Seoul.
Yeah.
It doesn't
In a
really
way,
feel
yeah.
Even some
different.
of my students, some of them, when I spoke about my friend who lives out in Misa, they were like, "Well, yeah, but that's Seoul." I'm like, "It's not. Hanam is not Seoul. It's Gyeonggi." And they're like, "No, that's Seoul." So
it's literally on the
on
the
the line.
line.
even the people in Seoul think it's. Just
But there because there are buildings and stuff that connect the whole.
yeah.
There's no like section. There's nothing, right?
Yeah.
Between.
I think they should build a section.
Yeah,
to the
there
out.
isn't. Yeah, there really
Build a
isn't.
wall.
Build the wall.
Feel the fall.
Yeah.
But I don't think Brandon would do well out in the countryside.
I lived in the countryside for 4 years.
Yeah, and why did you
Yeah.
move to Seoul?
Yeah, why'd you move
Because
to
I was gonna leave Korea.
Yeah.
That's why I moved to Seoul.
But I just feel like, living out in the countryside, there's just not that many people. It would be hard
No, that's nice.
to go out socializing.
Oh, that's the best part.
Really?
It's an excuse to just fucking stay at home and do nothing. Hell yeah.
Again. Nothing. I'm not gonna say.
I mean, we're all
Says
either
a man who came home at 8 this
No,
morning.
but I don't know, motherfuckers.
we're all either married or tied down one way or the other, so we don't really face the biggest issue of living in the countryside.
What potential? There's always potential.
Dating
Old people.
would be hard.
Lots of old people in the countryside. Just join a hiking
Old
club.
people? Wait.
Yeah. Join a hiking club in Korea? Ooh, dangerous.
I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hiking club stories. Oh, terrible.
I was trying to transition, and Brandon just ruined my transition.
No, I heard. That's exactly why I went in. I was like, I see what this dude. Let me sabotage this.
I was trying to transition. So yeah, since we haven't done a podcast in a while, we kind of want to shift around a little bit how we do things. For our old time listeners, you might remember we have topics. These things called topics, where we would actually talk about something the entire episode, rather than just blabbing our mouths about whatever we thought was interesting for the day. So we've decided to come back and give you guys a topic. And since we haven't done a podcast in a while, we thought it needs to be something pretty spicy, pretty universally wondered
It's not
about.
Spicy. It's universally wondered about. I'll give you that, but not spicy. I don't think.
It could get spicy. We'll see
Oh,
how
okay.
it
We'll
goes.
see.
how it
Oh,
goes.
Hunter Dip got some stories. Okay.
We got old stories. Oh, the thing is, none of us have really been in the game.
Man, I'm always in the game. I'm always locked in, keyed in. What game are we talking about?
Some of us have been out of the game for a while.
What game are we talking
For a
about?
while.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about dating, but we've talked about dating before, but we wanted to kind of be a little bit more specific this time. Because something people wonder about when they go to other countries is how to meet people. And we've talked about how you can meet friends and stuff like that, like the language exchange groups and stuff like that. But we never really did an episode talking about dating apps.
Yeah, we kind of spoke about dating a little bit, but more on the cultural aspect, not
Right.
necessarily how to get the date.
Yeah. So we thought, because there's so many people out there that wonder about how dating apps work in Korea, we thought we'd do a little episode on it. And some of us have more experience than others in that field.
Bryant looks dead behind the eyes. He's like, I know nothing.
Back in my day, we only used to have like one app. Now it's a bunch.
What
right?
was the app back in your day?
It's Tinder.
Oh, I thought you were saying like pen and pencil in the back of the classroom. Hey girl.
Do you like me? Check yes.
Do you
or
like
no.
me? Check yes. Slide that over.
You just put the paper on the desk. It's like, do you like me? Swipe it to the right for yes. Swipe it to the left for no. Just pushes it off the table.
Usually for you, that's what happens.
Usually, yeah, in the past. But yeah, so we talked a little bit about my dating life in the past.
We have
A little bit.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
not too much.
Ghost of the Week.
Yeah, we had to expire the ghost of the week.
Mexican dinners and dates and lunches. Damn, good times.
Good times.
So you're the most experienced with dating apps. No?
I would say probably.
Ah.
Maybe rivaling you.
What do you mean rivaling me? I've never touched a dating app in my life.
Back in your single days.
Please, super like me. If you come across this, please.
It's just interesting you talked about living in the countryside before, because I feel like farmers only is not a big thing here.
That exists in the U.S., doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, don't they have also like Jewish dating? They have
Oh, yeah.
a bunch of these fucking.
What the? That's good. No.
Dude, I will say, I made a joke the other day to my friends that I feel like some people just don't get my humor. Because they were talking about where I was, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm waiting for the horse cart to come pick me up at the farm. And then my next message was, I meant waiting for the train at Donong Station, but same thing. And nobody thought it was funny.
Who did you tell this to?
To my group chat for the party that I went to. I thought it was hilarious. And nobody said anything, so I replied. I was like, guys, we're going to be hanging out all night. Y'all are going to have to laugh at my jokes more. This is going to be a long night.
Sounds like you should just hang out with us. We laugh at your jokes, Hannah.
Sometimes. Most of the time, I just
All
get
the
made fun
time.
of.
No, I always laugh at your
Brian
jokes.
just roasts me. He tells me how stupid I am.
Hey, we're laughing with you.
I like how he hasn't denied it. That's just like...
I'm just thinking, like, you make it happen. I'm not a person who, like, decides to do something. It's just I see it there, the low-hanging fruit, and I just go for it. You just put your fruit.
I don't want you
Low
talking.
down
I don't
all
want
the
to.
time.
I don't want to hear you talk about low hanging fruit. But anyway,
What? Because he's got massive balls?
I
I wear briefs, dude. They're never hanging low.
Hey,
Please show us your briefs. We need evidence.
No.
He's getting up there in age. They must be hanging pretty low by now.
anyway. So Dogger's been out of the game for a while. So Tinder was like when you like first came to Korea. You were single then. Did you use Tinder at all?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But it kind of like... It wasn't popular back then in Korea.
In
Right.
Korea, yeah. Uh-huh.
In like 2016, it wasn't a thing.
So you just met people the old-fashioned way.
I never met anyone.
Oh.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. And
Just
then
being drunk as fuck in a bar.
Oh, a timeless classic.
Classic.
That's my boy Leo.
Oh, it was definitely Leo. It was
Leo,
not, it was
you
not
mean
Di-
Leo.
It was not Tigers.
And Bryant, you used one of the apps before, right?
You know,
I
he
used
used
two
two,
very
yeah.
briefly.
Which ones?
Tinder and Bumble.
Gotcha.
But very briefly. I mean, I probably only had them installed for like a month.
But you were
You're-
swiping like a madman.
He's just
I
too
heard.
handsome. He just found out he was able to find someone so quick. You know.
No,
The
just
person he found wasn't even from a dating app. That's the best part.
Sometimes the ones you
Huh?
need are the
Oh,
right under
yeah.
your nose.
Yeah, right?
no. But the I think it's also because like maybe because of my age. Maybe just like I mean we're kind of similar age, right? But
Well,
I'm a little bit older and.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I
think
just got
no.
30. I'm not 40.
But now
yet.
I'm actually curious on that because I've spoken to Seb. You know Seb.
Yeah.
Man lied about his age on the dating apps.
What?
Oh.
What?
Right?
Don't do that.
So don't do that. I mean, not by too much, but he just dropped it. Okay, no.
A few years.
A few years. Yeah, you know, he lied about it enough, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But the real key is, what did you set your age range to?
I think
Because I know he said he's to 18.
How did I know that was gonna come back to me somehow?
I think I set mine probably between like 26 and 40.
So more up than down.
Rookie mistake.
So
You always go to 99.
only younger than you?
Huh?
So only younger than you?
No. But no, I think I don't know if it's like maybe cultural or generational, but like, or maybe just my experience because, yeah, when I was maybe 18, 19, like there weren't any dating apps.
I mean, I don't think we had the internet back then either.
And when I was in China, also, it wasn't really much of a thing because anyways, anything that is in the West doesn't really transition directly into China.
So wait, does China have like their own dating app then?
I don't know,
They,
maybe.
surely they must, right?
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
But
probably.
in that time in Shanghai, I just joined a lot of parties and met a lot of people that way. So for me, like, I think from my experience, I just never really looked at dating apps very fondly. It's kind of like, what do you need that for? Just go out and meet people, you know?
But you did still try dating app. Why?
Yeah, I just
Why
give it a
then, huh?
shot. Just try.
Curious.
Yeah.
And then you're probably the most experienced.
What? Don't talk shit to me. What you want to know about, lads? Talk to me. Yeah? Tinder, Bumble,
I'm
Grindr.
gonna say I know me and you have probably used every app at some point.
No, I mean you spoke about Hinge. I've never used that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean I think because it wasn't popular outside the US. I don't think.
Right.
For
Yeah.
the longest of time, and I'm not American, so.
True.
When I first heard about it, I was like, oh, okay, cool, but I actually have no idea. what
We'll
it
get
is.
more into like the specific apps and stuff like that, and I can talk about Hinge. But there's like it's like a very specific demographic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you're looking for that.
But I mean, like
We'll get
each
into
app
that.
does have their own.
Exactly. I think we'll go
demographics,
into
yeah.
that a little bit. I guess first we should talk about like, are dating apps even popular in Korea? Like, is it a thing?
It's a thing,
I think so.
but I wouldn't say it's for dating.
Yeah, that's what I would say. As well.
Yeah, I think most people are just looking for a good time even when they have things in their profile like no ONS, one night stands, no FWB, it's sort of just filtering out the people who think it's gonna be an easy game, you know. But
Make it work a little bit for it.
Yeah, make you work for it. But I think for the most part, most people just seem like they want to have a good time.
Yeah.
If you end up dating afterwards, okay, cool. It's like a byproduct. But
Yeah.
But it's
I
mostly,
feel as though in Korea, it's got this stigma of just being a casual meetup or encounter.
And maybe we have talked about this part before, but it is also marketed very differently in Korea.
Yes.
Where things aren't really supposed to be marketed as dating apps, because I think there is still kind of a stigma around like online dating and stuff like that. So all the marketing for these apps is like, you can make friends. You can get a friend.
I'll never forget.
Meet a language buddy.
I
Like, that's
saw
how
a
it's-
Tinder one where it's like, learn to play the guitar, download Tinder. I was like, whoa.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Learn to play the guitar, download Tinder. So, yeah, it's just wildly marketed very differently.
Yeah, there was like a couple of years ago, there was like, I guess, a campaign where I saw like Tinder ads in the subway, and everything was like, make friends, chat with friends. And I'm just looking at it, I was like, you are putting the wrong idea in these girls' minds who are about to go on this app and just get bombarded by
dicks.
fuckboy.
Just sending unsolicited dick pics and stuff.
I mean, that's why you
Yeah.
can't send pictures on apps like that.
Oh, you
People
can't?
definitely would. Yeah, actually, no.
Yeah, of course you can't. That would be horrible.
Yeah, no, you can't send pictures and stuff.
Oh, you
like
can't?
That. No,
I never even
using GIFs.
thought about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can send gifts.
That would be opening them up to a bunch of lawsuits, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but yeah, so it is interesting because I think in like at least in my experience, like that stereotype does bleed into expectations. So like you're saying, like there are people on there who are just looking for a good time or whatever. But then the other side of that coin is people who are like, oh, I'm just here to make friends. Mm-hmm. And especially as a foreigner coming in who like knows about dating apps and has been more experienced with dating apps back in the U.S. Obviously, that is not my intention. Like
Yeah,
I'm
which
not
one?
here to just make a friend.
Oh.
Like, So for me, it's like, okay, well, that makes it really difficult when like we start having conversation. It's really good, and I'm like, hey, do you want to go out for coffee? And they're like, oh, I'm just here to make friends. Like I'm not interested in like meeting up. Like I just want to talk to people, like chatting. And it's like, why you're wasted? Like now I feel like I've wasted my time. Where it's like, okay, well, put that in your bio, or like, don't use this app. Use a different, like use a.
But that's why it's quite funny because like Bumble does have the friend version.
But it just gives you
get
same
Bumble
sex
friends.
people.
I mean, yeah. So make your
Hey,
friends.
some
That's
people
what
are
I'm
into
saying.
that.
Yeah,
Make your friends.
Some people are into that.
yeah, but yeah.
No, it's like just make your friends. It's got that version.
I mean, some people want to have opposite sex friends.
No, I'm not discounting
Yeah.
that. But what I'm saying is, it's these apps have built it in that there are versions where you can,
Right.
have an avenue to just make
Name me a
friends.
guy that has ever opened a app to find a person of the opposite sex to be a friend.
Brandon?
Are you naming me?
No, I'm asking.
Oh,
Name
you?
one guy in the history of the
Yeah,
world.
I don't.
oh wait, like a dating app or just any app?
So like
No,
for
listen,
Bumble, he's like,
just like a
for example, like
Bumble
Bumble,
the friend
has
feature.
the Friends app or the Friends version, right?
Is there ever a guy ever that has found a female?
Yeah, me.
Oh, you said opposite sex. Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can't open. Like you just said, Bumble only has the same sex. But as an example, language learning apps, I've made a lot of friends of the opposite sex.
Yeah, but yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the question.
You mean just looking for someone of the opposite? I know what you're trying to
To
say.
be your friend, yeah.
I know what you're trying to say,
Yeah.
but you can't go through the dating app. to
Okay,
do
okay.
that.
I haven't never.
By
downloaded this app anyway,
by
so I
default
have no
you
idea.
can't
My
do that. But I get what you're saying.
My retort to that would be: has anyone ever used? Has any guy ever used the dating app Friends version, like Bumble?
Yes.
To meet a same-sex friend.
Yes, Mike.
You guys
Oh
met on
boy,
Bumble?
no, I didn't. No. When our boy Mike, shout out to Mike.
Shout
when
out
he
Mike.
came, he had that option, and he met that gay Korean dude who was just introducing him to like Korean models and stuff.
Oh shit!
It was crazy. I also think that gay Korean dude might have been trying to have sex with Mike.
Which is the point that I was trying to make.
Like I met him, and the way he looked at Mike, I was like, he got them. Oh, you're a good-looking man kind of eyes.
I mean, I'm
was
straight
like,
and I had those eyes.
Yeah,
for
no,
Mike.
Mike, top lad. Anyone would be lucky to have him. But like, I was just like, oh, but no.
But I guess
yeah.
it could be a cool feature if you're traveling somewhere to find someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good, easy way to just meet someone.
I'll take it back. I'll take back what I said.
So
I agree with your point. I don't think you should take it back. Because like when for example when Brandon says like, yeah, I've met friends of the opposite sex like that, and like I can kind of believe that he wasn't necessarily trying to go for something. Like he was just trying to make friends. I can maybe believe it from you. But from him, I know if they were friends, it was just because they were like, nah, let's just be friends.
Oh, from the woman's part.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry, I don't really like tacos.
or maybe she does like tacos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got your
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
So yeah, so I guess we didn't really kind of formally introduce, but we'll start with Bumble as kind of our first app that we're going to go into. So those who aren't familiar with Bumble, it's like it's just
the yellow one.
It's your typical dating app. Swipe left and right, yes or no. But the kind of niche of it is that if you do match with someone, the girl has to message first.
Which they actually changed.
Really?
Because girls wouldn't message first.
There was a whole thing of girls just not messaging first, or even that the fact that some women didn't know
Yes.
that girls had to message first, and
That's
Bumble
weird.
realized they're just not getting as many connections and development, which I mean is good for the app because that means you keep people on the app more. But they changed the system where I think something about I'm not sure if I understood correctly, but they have like a question, so you can set it on your profile to ask a question, and if you match with someone, a guy can answer that question, and then that opens the chat.
That's cool.
So it's only if you've set this thing on your profile.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you still have to have the woman message first, but now guys can reply to these questions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty smart.
I had one of the things because I followed the Tinder subreddit.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
That's
Seeing
where I
people
saw one of
are-
these things as well. Yeah, I'm just
Some girl had a bio that was like, I'm not gonna message you first, but if you message me, I'll reply. But it's Bumble, so she has to message first. The guys can't send a message.
So she never got any.
She's like, I'm not the type to message first. You should send me something first. It's like, wait,
I can't.
You don't know how the game works.
which I mean is smart. I like the concept of forcing women to just.
Forcing women to do
Forcing
what?
women?
Oh no! Out of context clips. Okay, I like the idea of having the women message first, but at the same time they just message dry stuff. It's just hey,
So I can
hi.
imagine.
But when guys do that,
We kind of get shit for
we
it.
kind of get shit for it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just like what?
Yeah.
So it's unfair. Always got to think of some witty pickup lines, and don't ever use the pickup line because those also don't work.
Oh, I use them all the time.
Oh God, yeah.
What is your opening line? What was your opening line?
I know. I remember.
There were so many.
No. I remember one of Hunter's opening lines. He was like, "Thoughts on corn cheese, or something like that."
He did tell us
He-
about that.
one of
Alright.
the women you opened up with that line with.
Yeah, I think it worked too.
Yeah. No, you guys chatted for quite some time.
That's
I remember
not a
that
bad
one.
question.
Yeah.
Because I remember Hunter fucking hated corn cheese.
Yeah.
Until he had it and then he loved it.
And then I had it. I was like, wait, okay, this is pretty good. God, I haven't had corn and cheese in a while. You know what else I haven't had in so long? Sorry, it's a quick side note. Samgyeopsal.
So one thing that I remember about Bumble was that they had this like speed dating thing that would be on Thursdays, and you'd have like 1 hour to just match with people, have a conversation, and if you were feeling each other, then after the hour you can say yes and then kind of match afterwards.
Yeah.
Was it like you only had like a minute?
Oh
you
yeah,
had-
it was 1 minute.
No,
I think
it was 3 minutes.
Yeah, maybe or
Yeah,
two,
or
something
two,
like
yeah.
that. But it was a very short time that you would have to talk to each other.
Yeah. So like you would hit the thing and it'd be like searching, and it'd be like, okay, you got somebody.
But what I
it
found-
wouldn't show you the picture.
Yeah,
it
it
would
wouldn't
like
show
show you like
matchmaking.
their name, I think.
But
Yeah.
what I found, like I remember all your, because you showed us some of the conversations you had.
Yeah, because there's
You
one because we were doing the
always-
podcast
yeah.
and I was like, guys, I want to speed it.
You always spoke in English.
Yeah, that is another part of Bumble. I think it's mostly English speakers. There are some Koreans on there, but I think the Koreans that are on there mostly can speak a little bit of English.
Yeah.
I thought you were opening it up now.
Me too. I was
That's
like,
why- that's why-
the man's about to check.
I told my girlfriend, I was like, I gotta do some research for the podcast this week.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Smooth.
But yeah, I think the problem was that it would take a long time to find someone to match with so that you
Yeah.
can do it. So you would probably in that 1 hour only end up talking to two
Yeah.
people.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a popular
two or three
feature then.
people.
I think it's just
popular.
I think it was popular. The problem is just that I don't know if this is true, but I have seen a statistic of the percentage of users, and it's something absurd like 99% men.
Yeah, it's a
I don't think
lot
it's
of men.
that extreme.
It's not that extreme, but
But
there's a
That's
lot
what I
more
saw.
men
definitely
doing
slanted.
it
Definitely slanted for sure.
than girls.
But I imagine it's also like, yeah, maybe 90% men on these apps, and then also this small feature within the app.
Yeah.
It's probably even more.
You're just kind of fighting for
Yeah.
the fish.
I know you were trying to say something
Yeah,
non-sexist.
you know what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think of all the apps, and we'll do like a recap at the end and say which ones we like the best. But I think Bumble was the one that I felt was the most like worked the best. Not in
think
terms
so
of like
too.
matches and stuff, but just the features and the stuff.
What
and
do you
like the
mean?
interface of it.
What do you mean work the best?
Like it just felt like the easiest app to use.
you crushed the most puss?
No,
Damn.
I will say
I've been watching Shane Gillis.
there was a guy on the Tinder subreddit who like did this whole like Excel spreadsheet.
I
You
love
saw
those.
this?
I love those.
He like kept
spreadsheets
track.
where
He
checks
like
all
used
these
Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge.
Yeah, all these
for like a year and a half,
likes
and kept all the data from like his
matches,
matches, like when they went out on a
dates,
date, how much he spent on the dates, like
That's
how long the
insane.
dates were. He like ranked how
Damn,
fun
imagine,
the dates
imagine
were.
dating that guy.
Yeah, it's probably why he didn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, no,
He brought her home. Was like, "You want to see my spreadsheet?"
I want to spread you in the sheets.
Oh,
I think we got to take the beer away from Dog. The man,
Give me more.
he's waking up. He's waking up.
but
Been
yeah.
a while. I haven't let this out in a while.
So, in your limited use of Bumble, though, Bryant, what did you feel like it was a pretty positive experience, or was it kind of boring, or?
Yeah, it was not bad, but it was kind of boring for me, I think. I just felt like the good old-fashioned go out and meet someone was better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because you can't show those hips on the app, huh?
yeah, true. No, it's just I don't know. I feel like in that kind of like texting situation, I don't really feel that comfortable to like open up and talk about a topic, or I don't know like so much what I can find in common with that
It's
person.
so forced sometimes.
Yeah, it feels very forced. So I'm not very much a fan of it.
You also just don't strike me as like much of a texter.
No.
Oh,
Like, you
really?
text, like, just
the
random
guy who
shit.
never looks at our group chat. And
Yeah, ever. We tag him like 8 times, and then he appears to send a meme.
Yeah. You have like the funny one-liner messages, but I feel like you're not much of a like, let me have a deep conversation with you for 30 minutes in text kind of guy.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
call.
no.
Yeah.
I will defend Bryant. He did try to have that conversation with you, and you just called us negative Nancy's.
Because you're a bunch of negative Nancy's.
Yeah, dude.
Did you go on any dates from Bumble? Like
I
IRL
did go
dates?
on one, but yeah, it was just she was fine, but just it was not like I don't feel like there was any connection.
No chemistry.
Yeah, no chemistry at all.
do you think that's Bumble's fault?
No,
Okay, Dr. Full.
no, it just happened. It was interesting, but nah. Yeah.
Do you-
Actually, I remember that date. It was like I was we were having dinner, and then at dinner I was already kind of feeling like, this is not feeling good. So yeah, we finished dinner, we walked a little bit, and then I was kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go home. So we went to the station together, and then like she went on her side, and then I just turned around and went back to Hongdae.
It's the least surprising ending I could have imagined.
I'll
I'm
be
not even
honest.
surprised.
I really thought he was gonna say like, yeah, it just wasn't going well, and so at the end of the night, so I just threw a Hail Mary and was like, you wanna go back to my place?
I kind of like the naked man.
Just throw the Hail Mary. She says no.
But that's
and you're not
exactly
gonna see each other
why
anyway.
I don't like the idea of like going on a first date to a restaurant, because now
much
I'm
pressure.
forced to sit there and stare at you, order food, wait for the food, eat the food. It's a whole hour long. When in the first 5 minutes I knew this is not vibing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I like going for like Korean barbecue. Is nice for a first date because you're kind of busy doing something.
You broke the Korean rule. You're not supposed to.
Oh, I know.
Go for some gifts on the first date.
Why
You've
not?
told me this before, but why?
Because it's impolite to force your date to open their mouth wide.
Is that why you're getting so much trouble?
I mean, my dates never open up wide anymore. It's more like nah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's impolite to make them, see the whole.
I think she was just
mouth
flirting
on
with
the
you.
sides. What?
But I do think it's a good like because you're doing something. You're kind of
Yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
activity involved.
I would say the best first date is tacos. But
No, I think we have a good numbers. You should start a spreadsheet. How successful that was.
Zero out
the
of
lack
30.
of success.
1 out of 30, maybe.
1 out of 30. Goddamn.
Yeah, so kind of talking about, well, Brandon, maybe you can get some input on this too. Like, what do you think is like the upside?
Did you just
of
call him
Bumble?
Baron?
Brandon? What? What do you think are like the upsides?
Baron
of
von
Bumble?
Brandon.
On a tangent, I recently watched a video where this guy's talking just about how metal some names used to be.
Oh yeah, I
Like
saw that.
Wolfgang.
Yeah, it was like
And-
it was like white people used to have some
they,
fucking.
like they had bang in it. Gaston Glock. What? What? Gaston Glock? Goddamn.
Now we have like John.
I know.
I will give it to Hunter. Hunter's kind of a cool name.
It would be cool if it wasn't on him. Like if it was on Brandon, it'd actually be pretty cool.
Oh. Why? Because I'm black? Hunter-gatherers?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's similar with my grandpa. His name is in Icelandic. It's Gunnar, but when you're in America, it's like Gunner.
Oh, Gunner. Oh, whoa. That's very good for an American. But okay, your question, what are my thoughts on Bumble?
Yeah, like what's the good parts about Bumble compared to other apps?
I will say the good part is that it actually feels kind of genuine. I know dating apps have that sort of kind of fake feeling in that, you're just connecting with someone online through an application.
Just
But it
after looking at their photo.
Yeah, just looking after the photos. It's very superficial, but it felt more genuine than other dating apps I've used. Tinder, especially in Korea, we haven't spoken about this in depth yet, but Tinder is like the hookup app.
Yeah.
Even though it's advertised as the friend-making app, I think it's notorious and distinct for we just here to hook up with people.
Yeah, we'll get to that one next.
I feel that too.
But whereas Bumble, it felt like people were interested in knowing. As an example, a lot of the conversations I've had on Bumble, people would actually reference things in my, profile and things
Yes.
like that.
They would actually look
Yeah,
at your
they'd
profile.
actually look and make a comment about something in my profile or ask something.
Yeah.
Whereas Tinder would just be like, hey, what are you doing this weekend?
So I think
Where are you now?
No, you get that one as well. Where are you now? It's like, whoa, we just matched.
I think the cause of that is gonna be something very similar to what I have to say about Hinge, is that the profile you make, the process of setting up your profile is a lot more personal on Bumble, because like on Bumble, like you don't really have to do anything, but you can. They have like prompts, so you can. This is what you're talking about earlier.
Yeah,
about
the
the guys
prompts,
can reply.
yeah.
You could pick 3 prompts that are like questions like, "Oh, what's two truths and a lie about yourself?" and you write the response. And so people can see that and then kind of get more of a sense of like your personality, because people are just terrible at writing bios. I think that's the issue. Most people, how the fuck what do I say about myself? Like, how do I sell myself on this? But if you have like a prompt and something to like say, then it's like, okay, I can just say like
Just put a Snapchat.
my or an Instagram.
Never trust those. No
That's
ways.
I'll
That's-
talk about that
yeah,
on the
that's
Tinder.
an interesting one, yeah.
But yeah, so I think it gives like people more of like something to go off of, and I think that's part of why it maybe feels a little bit more genuine, because
Yeah.
you're kind of actually giving more about yourself. Whereas when you have to write just a bio or something like that on Tinder, then it's like, I don't know what to write. Like,
For sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
I will say the one downside of Bumble is in Korea, specifically in Korea, is it's not, it just feels very foreigner app.
Very foreign. Oh,
Like
I will like you mean like the
it's
just everything English?
it's mostly foreigners on
Is
the
it
app.
mostly foreigners? I think
And-
you swipe through all the Korean women.
And Koreans that are looking for like English speakers.
I will say,
Yeah.
all the Koreans I've seen, well, not all, like 98, 99% are just speaking English.
Yeah.
Even if in the past, like if I would type some Korean, it would very quickly change back to English.
Yeah. So it left me feeling a little bit like, what are they trying to get out of this kind of thinking?
Or like it's not what you're looking for, because you are living
Yeah.
here for a long time, so it's maybe
Yeah.
meeting all the foreigners, or maybe they're here for exchange studies, or it's just maybe not what you're looking for.
Yeah, I think so. Most of the Koreans on the app as well, I feel like, are like going abroad, or they're like planning to go abroad. I mean, you guys remember the summer of Hunter.
No, I will say, I think your demographic of age range was set to
Yeah,
22.
that's what it is.
And so you have a lot of college kids who want to go abroad for exchange student and exchange program type of things. If you set to like 25, 26 plus, you get none of that.
But he's like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Anyway.
since they turned 25, he has to switch. Gotta return that shit.
Oh God, I said nothing.
I will just say, in my experience, a lot of the people I met were like, "Oh yeah, I'm leaving in 6 months to go study abroad," and it's like, well, shit, this isn't gonna work out. Like,
Start your spreadsheet. How old were they?
I mean, my setting was lowest was 21.
How old are you again?
Well, at the time I was 26.
It hasn't been 2 years since then.
It's been a year.
A minor.
I'm taking this beer away from you.
Yeah, it's been a year and a half.
I do remember actually another time. I think it was maybe on Bumble also. I matched with someone who also happened to be Ecuadorian.
Oh.
So it was, but like the profile did say specifically like, oh, I'm traveling here in Korea for a bit. I want to meet people to like explore a little bit and whatnot. So yeah, we talked a little, kind of like, maybe meet up and something. But like it did seem kind of more friendly, like as in we're kind of from the same place. It wasn't kind of like trying to hook up or anything.
I noticed that as well.
But the funny thing that about it was that afterwards it was like, let's exchange Instagram so we can talk there instead. And then when I did, I saw like, mutual friends, and then we had a lot of mutual friends from Ecuador. It was just like, oh, okay, we know about like almost the same people back home.
That's crazy though.
That is small world.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I would understand that for Iceland because,
Yeah.
But Ecuador is pretty.
So let's move on to Tinder. As you were
Sex.
saying, the sex app.
Sex app.
Yeah. You didn't use Tinder at all?
I did a little, but not so much.
Yeah, Tinder's pretty.
And so
I got banned from Tinder, so I don't use that app.
I
Couldn't
also
use
got
it.
banned from Tinder.
Why did you get banned? They don't actually say, but
yeah, they
you
didn't
can
say.
you can sort of guess. What did you do?
I don't know if I can say it on the podcast.
Oh my God!
I will say I did not say anything like
Hunt is the
inappropriate.
reason
Did
why
you send
they
an
can't send
unsolicited-
pictures. I was gonna say
You
it.
can't send pictures.
No, that
no, I did
not
not.
anymore.
yeah, you just sent a link.
Not anymore.
A link to like a Google Drive.
And it's just you sporting brain.
So you said
No.
something stupid.
I think I just said a stupid pickup line that I saw and I thought it'd be funny, and I think she did not think it was funny.
Now you have to say it.
So there was this trend on Reddit for a while.
Oh God.
Like people were posting their like screenshots or whatever,
Yeah.
and the opening line you would say is, "Do you like bread?
Do you like bread?
Do you like bread?"
Okay.
And then they would say like no or yes, and it'd be like, okay, cool. How about choking? And then people were posting that they were getting like good responses out of it. I was like, that's kind of funny. Let me try it.
You deserve to be banned.
Yeah.
I'm happy they banned him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of a trend. It's
I don't
kinda
know,
funny.
dude.
How drunk were you?
Yeah,
I
you
was pretty drunk.
Please tell me you were drunk.
I was a little
Jesus.
drunk. But I was like, I'm just gonna try it. It'd be fun.
Don't get pickup lines from Reddit.
Definitely,
They're on
nothing like
Reddit for
that
a reason.
either. Yeah,
People were posting all these screenshots of them it's like, being successful and girls think it was funny. So I was like, okay, I'll try it.
But imagine.
Obviously-
But did
I,
you think it was funny?
I thought
Yeah, he did.
I thought the
he's
idea was
laughing. Look
funny.
at him. Look at
yeah,
him.
I thought it was funny.
Why'd you get banned though?
Yeah, Brandon. Why'd you get banned?
Because someone who was banned tried to log into their profile on my phone. And the way Tinder works is they ban phone addresses, the IP of the phone. And so when I tried to log into my Tinder account, it said you are banned. I was like, what did I do? It's like guilty by association.
But you could have probably appealed
Eh?
it. Like, oh, I just bought
No,
this phone or something.
no. So what I sent an email saying, hey, why did I get banned? Can you please check, blah, blah, blah. And then it just sort of gave that sort of
Generic
automated
response.
response of, we don't reveal bans, etc., etc., etc. You can appeal in 5 years.
In 5 years.
5 years later, I don't think I'm going to go back and appeal. No thanks.
Bro. You got mentioned back, but you want me to be forever alone for 5 years? That's my punishment? 5 years of a single
Yeah,
life?
so I was just like, okay, well, then.
No puss for 5 years.
I guess I'm out of the Tinder game.
Yeah.
So I just never used it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tinder, in my experience, the demographic on there is 50% people who make a profile, put their Instagram in the bio, and then delete the app.
I've heard that as well.
But don't
Yeah.
they get to like just kind of not banned, but like not shown to people if they're not active?
No, if
Only,
they're
only
they're
after
if they're a very pretty girl,
But if they
and
keep
people are
getting
keep
swiped,
swiping on them, then yeah, they're gonna keep popping up because they're
Yeah.
The app
thinks,
likes
oh,
that, yeah.
this person's popular. Yeah, but they just put their Instagram bio and thing, and they'll match. Sometimes you'll match them, they just never reply or anything, or sometimes they don't even. I don't think they even actually use the app.
No.
But I know I have one friend that I know. She just put her Instagram in it and then just deleted the app.
Like, does she want people to message her on Instagram?
No, she just wants followers.
We live in the digital age.
Yeah,
baby.
she's trying to
Followers,
get
No, I'm saying, like,
followers are currency.
Pretty much.
We're all influencers.
I'm like a boomer when it comes to all that
Oh,
shit.
you know. Just
Hey,
like
I
this guy.
uploaded one photo last
You're
year.
telling me.
No, but I guess like back in my day, Tinder was the same as you said. It's just for hooking up. It was never a dating app. It's always just a.
But I will say the people that I have met through Tinder that weren't just hookups, it was much more like local crowd, I'll say.
What does it mean?
Like not English speaking, not like foreigner interested Koreans. Like actually just more like Korean. Not ones that have like gone abroad and lived abroad for a long time and like
This
learned
man
about
is
Bumble
just
and came back.
creating a
I'm just saying
separate
I'm just
demographic.
saying
we're gonna get banned.
No, I'm just saying that's the that's
Our
if
podcast
that's
is
what you're
gonna get
looking for.
fucking
Like that's
cancelled.
Tinder's the better place to go for that. Like
Well, I
if you're
think-
wanting to meet more like Koreans and like people that don't have like Western experience and you want to be more like that kind of person,
That makes no sense.
it's better than Bumble. Because Bumble, you're gonna get people who like are interested in Western countries and like have lived abroad or like want to go abroad.
Isn't that what you want?
Some people don't. Some people want to meet someone that like isn't like super Westernized.
No, I get what
No,
you're saying,
no,
but it's
like-
like
but like-
he wants to speak Korean as well.
No, but no, I get that. That's why I was waiting to see if he says that because you can still speak Korean to the people you meet on Bumble when you meet them in real life.
Sure, yeah, you absolutely can. But I'm just saying like.
your languages.
Yeah,
so
you
if
can
you,
see your
if you
languages.
say
I'm not
like
saying you're
just
not allowed to
Korean,
speak Korean with them. I'm
No, I
just
know,
saying
but
like if
I'm
what you're
sort
looking
of-
for, if you're like, oh, I want to meet someone that's like much more like Korean than like doesn't want to go abroad and isn't interested in like moving abroad and like because that was my issue with Bumble is that like people that I met like always want they're like I'll be like what do you want to do in 5 years and like oh I want to live in America or like oh I want to move to Europe like they're very much interested in like moving abroad or living abroad because they're interested in that kind of thing but I'm not interested in that like I want to be in Korea and that's just not the demographic that I was wanting to date.
Context sounds so much better. Thank you for adding that part.
Yes, I'm
Because-
just saying,
I
like,
know.
if you wanna meet more local people, I think
But what I'm
Tinder is
saying
better
is
for
the
that.
way you were first explaining it sounded very creepy in the sense that I want to meet someone who's not interested in foreigners so I can.
It,
You know,
it, it,
it's-
it's-
That's the way it comes
if
across.
that's how you're wanting,
no, no,
but that's
in
because
the
you're
sense-
that's your pre.
No, I'm saying
thought.
it because you're saying people not interested in this, people not interested in moving abroad. If there's no context of you wanting to stay here, it kind of sounds like you're interested in closed-minded people, through the sense of I'm only interested in people interested in focusing.
you didn't want people that are tainted by
that
the
are tainted
Western.
by the
No,
West.
obviously I don't mean that. Like
No, I
Yeah,
know, I know
obviously
you
you
don't
didn't
mean
mean
that,
that,
but I'm
it
saying
sounded
it's-
like that a
It
little bit.
sounded like that. That's why I'm trying
Yeah,
to
Hunter, you
find the
creep.
context. I'm like, please tell me you're not being a creep. I didn't want
No.
to say you're being a creep. It
Yeah.
sounded like that. I'm fully with you. Okay, if that's the intention, by all means, I agree.
I think
Yeah,
if
no, I
you
agree.
if you were to scroll through Bumble right now, I think the first 10 Koreans you will see, 9 of them are gonna have like I want to go abroad, I want to live abroad, like I'm learning English so I can go abroad, like.
Again, I can open it now. No,
Open it up.
different
It's just like,
demographics.
yeah, open it up now.
Different demographics.
Maybe.
Different demographic.
Yeah, it's because you're
age
going
range.
for the
Yeah, again.
21-year-olds. Of course,
No,
they're still
even-
so
no, even-
early in their life that
Their
they,
dreams
they,
haven't been crushed yet.
Yeah, if you
they haven't met Brandon yet.
if you go for like the 29, 30-year-olds, like they're already stuck in their life as it is. It's already set. They don't want to leave anymore.
But I'm not 29 or 30. I'm 28.
Wait, so just
I like
then
dating
look for
younger.
28-year-olds. Don't.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that was a very creepy line. Snap that. Clip that.
I just don't like dating people who are older than me.
Hey, no,
like
I'm
dating
saying-
younger.
Yeah, say it again.
I like dating people who are younger than me, not older than me. Why is that creepy?
It's just sounded funny. I like dating younger.
I'd like dating younger. It just sounds creepy.
I think it's mostly because we have this preconceived notion
Yeah,
about you.
y'all have these.
I'll
memes and
admit
shit,
that.
like-
I'll admit that.
Yeah,
but-
of course. Yeah, you.
Yeah,
We're
They
definitely.
exist for a reason.
but I'm trying to get.
It's not like we made them up.
But I'm trying to get like context to people who might listen to this and that are around those ages and are like, oh, I might be interested. Fuck you guys. I'm over here trying to be a good podcaster, give good information. Y'all are just roasting me.
I didn't say anything. You said it, not me. I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm sweating. Oh.
It's getting kind of hot in here.
It's getting kind of hot. Yes.
Yeah, true.
No, we're not painting you any lighter. Don't worry.
Okay, so no.
But that's the advice I'm
he's
trying to
good-
give.
no,
Like people who are listening
that's
that
good
are
information,
around like
yeah.
24, 25 that are
Yeah.
looking for that age. Like
People in the college age range.
people dating college people.
People who should be dating college people.
People who are in the college age range.
college attracted people.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, you're making it worse. I'm trying to
Wait.
give you an out. Just accept my out.
No, honestly though, I do think that people in that college age, they do tend to think about traveling abroad because they're still in that age.
100%.
Once they already establish their lives as an adult
started their
in the
careers.
place where they are, it becomes much more difficult for them to think, oh, I want to leave.
Like
I agree.
Even if I look at some of my like just students talking to them, a lot of them mentioned, oh, when I was 21, I went to Europe. I went to 20 countries in 5 days, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So what are you doing this vacation? Sounds exciting. Oh, I don't travel anymore. I was just like, what? It's like, you did all of these things when you were 21? Yeah, but I'm 29 now. I don't travel anymore. It's like, that's a very Korean thing in that sense where, like Bryant said, sometimes they've just settled down and they're just content with this sort of, not even content, they just forced into this societal
No, just their dreams have died.
competitiveness. Yeah, the dreams have died, essentially. They've been crushed.
They've been crushed by this
Unfortunately.
pressure of the Korean society.
Yeah, Korean society. But no, for sure. College students want to travel a lot.
Fuck you
I
guys.
gave you your out. I gave you your out. Hunter, we agree with
So
you.
we all agree Tinder's not the best app for.
So what's the next?
No, wait, wait.
people.
No,
we gotta
but
kind of go over what's the good parts of Tinder.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's the good part of Tinder?
It's good if you want to bang, I guess.
If you want to bang, if you want to pick. I won't say easy, but if you.
Do you guys know,
Looking for that.
do we have any friends that have met people on Tinder? Like they're not met people, met partners on Tinder.
Partners.
Partners on Tinder?
I know
Long-term
someone,
partners.
but they just broke up. So
Oh.
Oh, not on Tinder?
Name drop?
They met on
They met on Tinder? Oh, it's about the
Yeah.
same group?
We're talking about
They
the
met
same
on Tinder?
yeah, we're talking about the same people. Already mentioned before the podcast.
I never knew they met on
I
Tinder.
didn't know
They met
they
on
met
Tinder.
That surprises me the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
But you see, they
we just
broke
made
up.
it sound like it
doesn't
was. Yeah, it doesn't work.
It
people.
doesn't work.
That is the only one that I know that like a couple that met on Tinder.
Yeah, I think.
Same with a couple of my Icelandic friends. I was like, yeah, I know a couple of Icelandic people, but they just broke up too.
No, I like in South Africa, I do know some people, but I mean, I think South Africa, like Western version of Tinder, with it being
Very
the main
different.
dating app for so long, is different to Tinder in Korea.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I would say I know one couple,
I don't
friend
think
of my
it's
girlfriend,
Tinder's fault.
and yeah, they met on Tinder, and also they are breaking up soon.
I don't think
Breaking
that's
up soon.
Tinder's
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, that's probably
No,
not
we
it.
blame Tinder.
I don't know, 100% of the people we know.
Yeah, fuck Tinder.
I will say though, I
Unless they
think
sponsor us.
in that sense though, I think Tinder is the harder one to make a more genuine connection on.
But there are more people on Tinder, which
Way
can be
more,
a good thing, and
yeah.
so you can, there's technically speaking, a higher chance of success.
Yeah. The only problem with Tinder is I feel like you get a lot of matches, but not a lot of conversations. Maybe it's me. I don't know, but
Stay away from your pickup lines.
Yeah.
Choking people. Yeah.
God damn.
cutting that out. Just saying that.
Oh, no, you are
Cutting
not.
that out.
Oh, no, you are not.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think you just on Tinder I would get a lot more matches, but when I would message them, they just didn't reply as often. And maybe, like I said, maybe it's a me thing. Like I don't know.
But I think it also comes back to what Brian was saying. The demographic is so like 90% men.
Yeah.
So like imagine how many messages these girls are getting.
Oh. Like and Tinder had like the little thing where like like there was like you could pay for like a higher version, right? And one of the versions was like you could see who
premium?
likes you.
Premium, yeah, okay,
Like it would
okay.
just show you the people who liked you, and so you didn't actually have to swipe through the app. You could just say these 10 people like me, I like him, don't like him, don't like him. And girls, my female friends that have shown me theirs, they will make an account, and if you don't have it, it's just like this little circle at the top that's like a blurred out picture, but it has a number on it to show you like how many people have liked you. So if you want to see all these people that have liked you by the premium, they would make the account, and within a day it would be 99 plus.
Jesus.
Like within hours, if they were attractive, it would be like 99 plus. And I would have it, and I would get like it'd be like 2. Like 3 days later, it's like 2 people liked you. It's like, I'm not paying fucking, and it's expensive as fuck. Like, I can't ever imagine anyone justifying paying for it. It's like $30.
Didn't you
a
pay
month.
$50 for 2 League of Legends skins?
Yeah, that's different.
But he has them forever.
That's so different. I know that I can use those skins anytime I want.
You don't know you can get a
Guaranteed,
date. Guaranteed.
Yeah, guaranteed usage.
Yeah.
No, but like for me, it would be like, pay $30 for a month to see who likes you, and it's like there's 2 people who like me. Like I'm sure I can just swipe through and find them.
At least lie to me.
Yeah, at least lie to me and tell me.
It's kind of funny though, because you said, oh, if you're pretty, you're gonna get 19. You don't have to be. I've got a friend. She doesn't really have pictures of herself. Like she is in the picture, but it's like so far away, or face is turned. You can't really see her.
I've seen someone
99
with the default photo, a woman. It's still got like fucking 99 likes.
plus. No,
It's because as a guy, most of us just fucking swipe.
No, I've seen how way you swipe. For the sake of you, I won't tell people.
Yeah,
I've seen how he says too.
I don't perma swipe. I actually do look at their profile. I won't say what I look at, but I look at the profiles.
You mean when he swipes left?
Yeah, when you swipe left. Yeah. I was there. I saw that.
I saw
That's
that.
crazy
I saw that
because
and then he looked at us like,
Yeah.
In any other context, you would have a specific word for that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
hey, he is from Tennessee.
Isn't it 2 words? I don't know. Is it the compound word?
Guys, it's hot in here. You guys feel that? It's getting real hot.
So anyway,
It feels like a fever
I feel
coming
like a
down.
fever.
so what we're saying is Tinder sucks.
Yeah, I think so.
At least in Korea.
Yeah.
At least in Korea.
I think if you're wanting, if you don't care about like having a more genuine connection, it's probably the better one, in that sense.
Yeah.
Or, this is just my prediction. If you are willing to pay, maybe it's better. Is my guess, because you get access to like super likes and I don't know.
Isn't that kind of like just paying for?
I don't know. I've actually I've heard from some of my girlfriends would just like, man, if you super like me, it means
It's
you
an
paid.
instant now, yeah.
And it's an instant,
Yeah.
just turn off.
Yeah.
The fact that you've paid. On
Don't
a
they give
dating
you
app,
like a
they
free
sort
super
of-
like
they
every
do
once in a
give
while?
They used to.
Oh, they used to?
Yeah,
Okay.
back when a year ago they didn't do that anymore.
okay. I wasn't sure. I thought, but I thought
Yeah,
they
they
give you
used to
like
do that.
one a month or.
Dude,
one
they
a
used to
week.
give you one a month, and then
One a month, yeah.
I will say, when I was in America, I did pay for it because it was like $10 a month, and it would give you like the super likes for a week. You could have unlimited. The real appeal is unlimited swipes, so you can just. Swipe, yeah.
Go through everyone.
Yeah, so that's kind of the reason you would pay for it back in the day.
ASMR time.
Go ahead, open your beer.
Oh yeah, me too.
Second tall boy.
Oh God.
It's one
Leo
more.
coming out tonight.
Oh God.
There's no more.
But
How's
yeah,
it
but
one more? I thought you said 6.
Yeah,
we
you
tried
guys
4.
4 and then 5, 6.
But you said there's one more.
Oh,
it's
sorry, I
7.
was lying.
That's why I said there.
Oh.
We only got 6.
It was 3 for 10, 12.
Anyway,
15.
yeah, so
12, 15. I think.
12, no?
I don't know.
Oh, these are the big ones. So maybe
Yeah.
15.
Sorry.
3.
I got distracted.
What? And 4 of them were my cousins. Sorry, the video cut out there, and then we had to restart
Twice.
twice.
Why do these cameras only allow 30 minutes? Stupid as hell.
Hey.
Do you really want to know? I'll tell you when we can do this again.
no.
No, I don't want to know.
Okay.
You already told me probably 30 times.
Probably. But yeah, so that's like kind of the main reason you would pay for Tinder back in the day. I feel like it's now, at least a year ago when I used it, it's like $30. So like, it's not worth it. Do your 15 swipes for the day and hope.
Is that
hope.
how many of these?
It's only like 15.
It was a very low amount. I mean, it's probably more than 15, but it's not a lot. So like the people.
Thinking
when
about
you're
it, though.
swiping right on everyone, 15 is a little.
Thinking about it though,
True.
if you only have 15 swipes, wouldn't you focus a little bit more on each profile?
That's the idea.
It's not 15.
Deal.
It's probably like 30.
But imagine how crazy that is. Back in the day, like let's say 40 years ago, people like would maybe see 1 or 2 people.
Wait, how long
Per
did you
week.
say?
I don't know, 40 years ago.
40?
When Bryant was getting like
40?
was a teenager.
Before I was born?
Now people would see like 2 people per week, 2 new people. Now you're just on your phone and you see a new person every fucking thumb swipe.
From across the country as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Travel mode.
Travel modes.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's another thing I actually should touch on. that we didn't say on Bumble. I feel like with Tinder, I feel like you have a lot of people who are using like travel mode stuff. So you get a lot of people from other countries that are just swiping.
I remember
and they pop up all the time. It's like 8,000 miles away.
I remember doing that before I came to Korea for the first time. It's kind of pre-swiping.
Good tactic.
Yeah,
Nice. I like
not
the
a bad
style.
idea.
Yeah.
And I remember I did like get a date that way.
Yeah.
I just feel like when I was on it, there was a lot of like, especially from Thailand, a lot of girls on there. So it'd be like how many
A
miles
lot of
away.
girls.
Or maybe not girls.
Thank you for saying it, Brian.
Um,
So good.
But yeah, I feel that's
Swipe right,
that's,
dude.
Hey, they're
Let's go.
ladies.
Super like.
I feel like
Super like that
that is
shit.
way more prevalent on Tinder than it is Bumble. At least with Bumble, you don't have to deal with like there is a travel mode, I think, but not as many people are using it. I think on Bumble.
Which, as we established, you only want the local people, not the Western
Yeah.
local people,
Not the
tainted,
not the
Western
tainted.
people. Not the tainted
God.
local people. Just which is perfect. Now you're in the countryside, huh?
You'll get the real local.
The
Just
real
go
country-
outside. You got the real
The country bumpkins.
Yeah.
I still have those good old Asian Eastern values.
Oh, I was like, where are you going with this?
None of that.
I was very worried for a second.
I like that traditional old
I was
Korean wife and
very
husband
worried.
kind of
Yeah.
roles. Yeah.
I'm still a bit concerned, but I was a lot more worried. That's the way you were going.
So what about you, Brandon? Do you have a lot of success on Tinder when you use it?
No, because I got
you
banned
crush?
very quickly.
Very
From Tinder.
quickly?
Yeah, no, I told you. I
quickly?
had it. My friend was like, let me check something quickly, log out. I logged out. And then I
Here's
could just
my
never
question:
get back
why
in.
was he not able to log into Tinder on his phone?
Because he got banned.
'Cause he
And
was
so
already
he wanted to
and
test
he wanted
it.
to test it if he's still banned on another. And then because of that, I also got banned. I was like, well, there goes my shot at the Tinder world.
So when I was banned off Tinder, do you know what my workaround was?
What?
So you know, like with banking apps, there's like two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
So most of my banks are in America, so I can't use my Korean number. So like it's always attached to my dad or my mom's number. So I would text my mom and be like, "Hey, you're about to get a code. Let me know what that code is." And I'll use her phone number to get around the ban and make a new account.
But that's why I think they realized a lot of people do that. And so they ban cell phones now as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no,
maybe that's
your
different.
your
A new
cell
thing.
phone is also banned. So if you get a new SIM card and you put it in that same phone that had the banned account, you still can't use it. I know, because I googled that. I was like, if I buy a new SIM card, can I?
I
It's
think
like I
'Cause
really need to get back on Tinder.
I didn't
I
get
mean,
a chance to swipe. Or
there are
anything.
ways to reset that, but
Yeah.
it's not easy.
Yeah, so I don't think it's worth the effort. No.
Yeah.
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 Just to not be swiped right on.
just to have 2 matches a week. Yeah.
That's what I thought, because I was like, I'm gonna go through all this effort of finally getting on Tinder, and then watch me just sit there for a month with no likes. I'll kill myself.
Nah,
I
you
think
get
the
a
big
lot of
issue
likes.
For
That's
me
depressing.
was at least what I believe. I have no proof of this, but I think Bumble was based more on like recent activity.
What do you mean?
Like the people who show up are gonna be more like people who are online or like are using the app recently. Whereas Tinder, I feel like is more algorithm based, where it's like I'm gonna show you the most attractive people, and so if you only have 30 swipes a day, and you're swiping on people who are just giving you on the algorithm, they might not even be on the app.
Wasn't it like on Tinder, like they would kind of like give you a score, and then you would like show people who are like similar
Like an
to you?
invisible. I heard
Like
about
an
that.
invisible
Yeah,
score?
the invisible score.
There
There
is
Yeah,
an app
like-
called
like an
Glam in Korea that I can talk about. A little
Yeah.
bit
Like
later.
an
No, I know
elo. You got
that,
like an
yeah.
elo.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they are elos.
No, I have
And so
a story about that.
one of the unethical
MMR.
one of the unethical life pro tips I heard about the sort of algorithm is set your profile to match with anyone, men, women, non-binary,
Oh, yeah, I saw
everything, and because their demographic is so much lower,
Yeah.
you're gonna get more swipes, even though you're not interested, and it boosts your algorithm.
And then you change
So
it.
you just never swipe on them. That was
But
that
don't
was
you have
the
to
concept.
like swipe left on a bunch of
So
dudes then?
you'd end up having to swipe left on a bunch of people you're not interested in.
Yeah.
But it boosts your invisible score.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna go. Interesting. Test it out tonight.
Changes his age range up to 99
So real quick, we can talk about Hinge.
from 19.
Hinge is like as the Korean app. Have you guys used any of like the Korean dating apps?
I think when I first got you, I used a couple. I can't remember the exact name. There was one called like 1 Kilometer. I'm not sure if it was a dating app or a friend app. But the concept was it shows you people just
In your neighborhood.
super close.
Like
in
that
your
K-pop
neighborhood
band is called
type
like
of thing.
10 cm.
It's not a K-pop band. It's just a band.
Really?
Yeah, he's like
That's
indie.
just-
He's like Korean indie.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a K-pop
Nah.
thing. I don't know.
That's
But it's
just
like,
how
Oh, I
wide
love him.
Brandon
He's
is.
great.
but it's like 10 centimeters, dude.
That's,
Leave some for the rest of us.
that's the joke. That's what's
Oh, that is the
that's
actual
the joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I used 1 kilometer, but it felt more like a social media app than a dating app because people could constantly update statuses and different things like that. It had a lot of social media elements, but the sort of attraction was these people are in
Close to
your
you.
neighborhood.
I think that
Right
is
there.
a very Korean thing. Is they love like 동네 친구,
Uh-huh,
friend, your
yeah.
neighborhood friend.
Neighborhood friend,
And so
yeah.
I can imagine that there are people on that app that are actually just using it to make friends.
Yeah, no, that's what I figured.
Isn't it
was
like
the
on
most
now on like Tangun?
thing.
It's like the market your neighbor's marketplace thing. People can like meet up through there now.
Yeah, I think so actually.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Everything becomes a dating app in Korea.
Everything's a
so
dating
that we can boost the
Yeah.
I saw like
the
a
low birth rates. In
I
the
saw like a
country.
TikTok recently. Somebody is like, oh yeah, sorry, off topic. Recently, someone like goes to Facebook Marketplace, looks for like wedding dresses, so you can find like divorced women, and you can like filter by size, age. It's kind of-
Oh my god.
Kim, that's the most
terrible.
unethical shit I've heard in my
That's so
life. What the heck? Well, that's the most.
Get anything you
unethical
want.
shit.
But you don't know if it's because they grew out of it or because they can't.
I guess
fix
that's
it
the
anymore.
danger.
That is so unethical.
That's unethical.
Brand's like, I know what I'm doing tonight.
That's unethical. That's him. He's the Facebook.
No, you
man.
can't do it here.
Huh?
They-
You
You are
still
the
use
Facebook guy.
Facebook, right?
Barely. I don't really use it.
no, he scrolls it like this,
You'll hold the phone 8 feet out.
and he has one of
with
those
his reading
opening
glasses
ones.
at
Like,
home with his reading glasses.
Yeah.
it's got like one of these covers. Like,
Oh, the ones that's like the wallet inside, like the inside wallet.
I was gonna get one of those. Too.
Please get one.
I was like, oh shit, should I go for the Ajoshi cover?
Yes,
get
you need
one.
it. That'd be so funny.
you already got an Android, and you got the fucking ringtone.
Do I have? I don't even know what ringtone I have.
So every time you hear like
I will
some, I just
say
get a message.
the Korean app that I used was called Glam.
I heard of
And
Glam. That's the.
They have like so the dating app is.
Are you allowed to?
I don't
allowed
know
on
if
there?
it came from a YouTube channel and like they made the YouTube channel first and then they made a dating app. But they do like one of those like YouTube contests where they bring like a boy and a girl in and make them kind of like a blind date type of thing. But there's an app for it, and so I saw the videos and I was like, oh, let's try this app. So I download it, and on this app you have to put in your profile and everything, and then you have to wait until I think it's like 50 people have rated you
and you need
on
to
a
meet
scale
a
of
minimum.
1 to 10.
And you
no,
can-
you don't have to meet a minimum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll talk
but
about that
whatever
one
your
then.
final score is, that's your elo. And it's literally bronze, silver, gold, diamond. And if you're in diamond, you will I'm not trying to brag. I got diamond one time. I used really good pictures of myself, and it says like you will be shown people at equal or close to the same level. And then if you another time I redid my profile and got like low gold, and it was like you will see people at gold or lower profiles than you, and so that's how it determines who you see and who sees you. It was very
That is very. What's the word you used earlier? Superficial.
Yeah,
Very
no.
superficial. Wow.
It sounds like I can't remember the name, and I thought you were talking about this one, but it's an app where the first thing you have to do is upload your picture before you can even make a profile. All you do is upload a picture, and people will give you a score. And if you don't get like an 8 on average, sorry, try again.
damn.
Try again in like a month's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's insane how much.
I mean, you might know about this. Do you guys know about Golden Spoon?
Is that the rich?
The rich app.
The rich app? Yeah.
It's like a rich dating app in Korea. And when you make the profile, you have to upload. It's like gives you like a list of like 10 different things you can choose from, and you have to meet 3 of them. One of them is like owning a house worth a certain amount of money, and you have to upload a picture of your contract details.
Yeah.
Like showing like your like ownership of the house.
If you have a fancy car,
Fancy
they don't
car,
want to see a picture.
luxury
They
car.
Show us the lease.
You have to show them the
Yeah.
lease
Show
of the car.
The ownership.
You can upload your like your paychecks to show
Uh-huh.
how much money you make a month. That's like one of the qualifications. One of them is like graduating from like prestigious high school. So like if you or not high school,
University.
so like SNU or whatever. Like if you upload your diploma, and then you have to upload all of your information too. So like you have to show your cards and everything. But there's like all these different things, like different requirements you can meet. But you have to meet at least 3 of them.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
insane.
If you're a guy though,
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know about girls.
Women
probably
have,
just have
women
to be
have
lucky,
a
probably.
different requirement.
Different requirements.
But if you're a guy, you have to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
The women don't
What
have
are the
to.
requirements?
I
for
can't
women?
remember, but
never looked.
This would never fly in
It's
fucking
like-
Europe at least.
it's similar to the men, but the requirements are much lower.
Lower. Yeah.
And it's like more vague stuff.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
also-
don't like. It can't be like they have to also own a home.
No.
They have to.
No,
No, no,
no,
none,
it does
nothing
not.
like that. No, nothing.
Probably
I can
the
Google it.
education part. Like
It's like
you
it's
went
more
to
about
certain
like
school.
which school you went to and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So you don't have to have the
I don't want
assets.
to. I don't want to
just-
say it on this podcast.
So what? Say
No,
it.
it's like they're gonna ask the woman like look-related questions probably.
No, very likely. Yes.
Does your family have a history of any kind of disease? Can you bear children?
Why haven't you had plastic surgery?
What is
yet?
your hip size?
Yeah, probably.
I only found one post about it, but they don't talk about what the girls get. But this was interesting fun fact that the app was hacked and members' data has been ransomed for their personal data before. And the first comment,
Not
the first
surprised.
reply is, "This makes me horny. Tell me more."
I'm really not surprised because if you're saying like, "Oh, show me the contract," and
Yeah.
everything, it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Business
that's just-
registration, like if you own a business, was one of them. Yeah.
That's just a terrible.
Kind of reminds
idea.
me. Have you guys seen the documentary about Ashley Madison?
I
So do you guys know what Ashley Madison
know
is?
Ashley Madison.
So Ashley Madison used to be like a dating or I think
Was
it's still
the
dating website
matchmaking dating website
for people who are married and
Yeah.
want to cheat on their partner.
yeah.
There's like a dating app for people who want to cheat on their partner.
Okay.
And so in like 2015, they got hacked. And they got like, the hackers said, you have 30 days to close down and shut down your business or we'll leak all this data. And they didn't close the business, so they leaked all the data and a bunch of fucking celebrities. There's an Icelandic politician who got fucking his shit leaked. There's a bunch of people. There's like, the documentary follows like this one YouTuber
Yeah.
who's like kind of, he was famous for like family vlogs,
Yeah.
but he was like rampantly cheating on his wife.
Oh shit.
And it's like, I recommend this documentary. It's
I remember one time we were watching a fight on Discord. I think it was with Adam as well. And we kept getting this ad being played all the time. It was about like non-binary, like LGBTQ whatever plus dating app. But it was so funny because it was like the worst demographic to aim at. Like dudes
fighters.
drinking beer, watching
people
fights.
fight.
And then it's just like, oh yeah, I met my girlfriend on this app, and it's like another girl, and it's just like,
It's not the right demo.
It's not
Yeah.
the,
No.
So
not
I
the boys.
found the requirements for girls. So the advertisement for the app reads: "We thoroughly evaluate male candidates' financial ability by looking into their employment contracts or real estate registries. Date highly paid guys carefully screened by us." As for the opposite sex, however, all they have to do is upload a selfie, in which case they need to receive an evaluation of
Yeah.
3.6 or higher out of 5 to be admitted into the app.
that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a similar app I think in America called Raya. It's mostly for like famous people.
Never heard of it. Man, how much we know? Do we look famous yet?
Not yet.
Maybe in 10 years we'll be on
So
this.
guys, make sure to share the podcast so we can get on Raya.
Who the fuck are these
Comment
guys?
and watch a lot of times so we can get on Golden Spoon.
Now, aside first, have you guys seen the show with Lil Dicky? You guys know who Lil Dicky is, the rapper?
Yeah,
Which show?
He has a show called Dave.
I've heard.
Oh,
of it.
I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah.
And on the show, I think he's about to date some, what's her name, Doja Cat?
Okay.
He like matches up with her on the app. It's like this famous people dating app. It's kind of funny.
Huh. Interesting. Raya?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Sound like bread.
We're not there yet.
I think it's called Raya.
Raya bread. Do you like Raya bread, Hunter?
Don't
You
know
mean
what that is.
Kaya toast? Oh shit, I love
Kaya
Kaya
toast is
toast. Oh,
It's Kaya Toast.
It's fucking Singaporean coconut jam.
it's so
Sounds
good.
good.
With
So yes,
some
but
kopi.
there's a couple other Korean ones, but in my experience, the ones that are like very Korean are like you have to pay for everything.
And also, many cases sometimes exclusively Korean.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, some of them are exclusively Korean.
like it won't let you
where
sign
they
up?
have where they have certain requirements that you're just not gonna have as a
Yeah.
It's the
foreigner.
same when you download like Korean investment apps. They don't even allow you to put English characters.
I think I do remember trying to sign up for one. I don't remember the name, but trying to sign up for an app and like you had to put in your ID to like, or like I had to put in my ID for it to send me like a confirmation code, as you would like at a PC bond where you have to put in your registration number. And if you're in Korean, you might know this, but like all of our second parts of our registration numbers all start with a 5.
Yes.
That is the 4. I am a foreigner indicator is the number. We should get the number 5 tattooed on all of us. Anyway.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the indicator
foreign.
for foreigners.
Yeah.
So if I write my shit in English, why do they make me write the 5? You already know I'm a fucking foreigner.
I don't
Anyway,
know. But yeah, so if you I guess if you had a 5 in there, it wouldn't let you sign up for it. I do remember having an app like that. But all the other ones, it was like you'd have to buy like cookies to like be able to send likes to people and stuff like that. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. I'm not paying for this shit. I'll just go on Tinder.
gotta make money somehow, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, those weren't very good. So I think at least if you're gonna come to Korea and use a dating app, just stick to the typical ones. Don't try to get on a Korean dating app. They're
Bumble
scams
for dating, Tinder for sex. Good to go.
But if you're looking for friends or girlfriends or sex, there's other options as well. Because in Korea, they have this very interesting thing called language exchange apps that provide all 3.
Where you specifically exchange body language.
Yeah.
The hardest language that
So what language are you
everyone
learning?
can speak.
Body language. Yeah,
Body
absolutely.
language,
What about you guys? In your experience, have you guys used language exchange apps?
I've used.
I know you have.
Hello Talk when I was studying at Yonsei, and I met a couple of good people. One of my friends, we still chat. It's kind of funny because she's now dating a dude who lives in Jinju where I used to live. So she would like ask, "Hey, do you know a good coffee shop? Or do you know a good whatever? I can take my boyfriend there." So we still chat pretty often.
There used to be one of these apps. You could like post questions on there if you had like a question about Korean, something that you didn't understand or something, and people like reply.
Hello
there.
Talk.
Hello Talk.
Yeah, Hello
Is that
Talk.
Hello
Yeah,
Talk?
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Hello
it might
Talk
be
you
Hello
can
Talk.
do
Yeah.
that.
So I would.
Funny thing is, I've used Hello Talk to actually just ask a question,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
so
what I
fun.
do. I
but I've never
stay
talked
out
to
of-
anyone in the
Yeah.
app.
Wow.
I stay out of inboxes. I'm too scared of the weird stuff that happens. If I open, I've got so many just DMs. I'm just, oh no, that's the creepy stuff. Stay away.
Somehow, I ended up with more girlfriends that I met through Hello Talk than I did any other app.
Yeah.
The one that you all know, the one you all know from the past.
Oh, you mean
we met on Hello Talk?
You mean the river?
The river? The river.
Her family name. It's Kang.
That was a stretch. That was a
was-
stretch.
was that a stretch?
That was a stretch.
That was so good, but my mind went very different
Yeah,
places.
Yeah, so did I.
My
I
mind
went somewhere
went
completely different.
Very
The
different
river?
places. I had so many questions.
Yeah, so did I. I was like, how do you know? I mean, I know. I could expect Bryant to
Huh?
to know. I was like, how does Dogger know?
Yeah, it was only a taxi.
Yes, that one. Yeah, we met on Hello Talk. Probably like any of the other girls that I ever introduced you guys to. We probably met on Hello Talk.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You are the people who give Hello Talk a bad name.
Yeah.
You just want a language
For sure.
exchange and you out there.
Yeah, I know.
dating and body
I was trying to
exchanging.
language exchange. Not my fault. They fall in love.
No. Get me out. Get me out. But yeah, a lot of people do use these language exchange apps for dating purposes, which I guess is kind of Korea's fault for advertising dating apps as language exchange
Yeah,
and
for
friends apps.
sure.
So it's kind of, they blur the line so much that I think any of these apps sort of have the stigma that it's for dating
I will
purposes.
say, ironically though, jokes aside, I do feel like the reason that I was able to get into relationships with these people that I met on Hello Talk was because we came at it first from a friend's angle. When most of the, at least with the last like 2 girls that I dated, both of them we met just, hey, let's just meet up, have a dinner, like just go for a walk, whatever, talk, chat. It wasn't like a, hey, let's go on a date type of thing, which is what I would normally have done if it was like Bumble or Tinder. It would have been like, that's the implied thing, right? Like we're going on a date to see if we're compatible and would match. But with Hello Talk, when people I was meeting there, it was like, oh, we're just going to hang out. We're just going out to see if we're going to be friends or not.
So full of shit. You know what your intention was.
I'm watching this guy.
But, okay.
His hot story, and Brian's like,
Wait.
It was definitely his intention, but it was not her intention.
But my intention wasn't, oh, this has to end up in a relationship. It was just, I can just go and hang out with this person, and if it happens, it happens. Whereas with Bumble, it's like that's my expectation.
Words to live
like,
by.
I'm hoping it happens.
If it happens,
The expectation is always the same. You're meeting someone and you're hoping that something happens.
Yeah, but with the ones on Hello Talk, it was like if nothing happens, like I'm okay with that. Like it's
If
I'm not gonna
nothing
push-
happens in Bumble, you're okay with it too.
no.
Yeah, but I'm not, like,
he's
pushing
saying
for it.
if
I'm
he
not,
meets
like,
in
saying,
Bumble,
like-
something is going to happen.
No. I say if I meet on Tinder, Bumble, I'm going in with the mindset of okay, I need to like be risen up, you know, like I need to. This is
Never
this
say
is my.
that again.
No, I
Fuck you guys! I'm trying to fucking like explain this shit.
We know we're just fucking with
The point is, if you meet someone on Bumble and you go out, there is an expectation of we are seeing if we are compatible to be in a relationship or not. And so you're going to act differently based off of that.
So that's what I would say. I would say it's not an app thing. I would say it's a good example of just be yourself.
Sure, but like there
And date
is just
everyone.
there is just a difference between going out for a coffee with a friend and going out for coffee with someone that you're interested in.
How many friend dates did you go on with?
On like Hello
Hello
Talk.
Talk.
Okay. Let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
How many guys did you meet on Hello Talk?
Oh no! Here we go. Perfect question.
How many guys did I meet on Hello Talk? I mean, technically 2.
But
No,
you thought they were
remove
women?
technicalities.
I invited them to our League of Legends group.
Oh.
Actually, that reminds me of another point that I heard. So I heard, of course, there's other groups and things that also people use for the same purposes, right? But I also heard that there is a similar thing that happens within game Discord groups,
Oh yeah.
where
Yeah.
people also use that
Oh, for sure.
to find.
Everything's a dating
No,
app.
everything. And one of the funniest ones is, so when I realized, oh shit, I'm staying in Korea, and especially when I was unemployed at the time, I was like, I should find a hobby. So I downloaded Korea's, like, you know, kind of neighborhood hobby friend group,
Yeah.
whatever, Samoim, and every fucking group had these requirements like men and women must have an even split.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, this is not a hobby app.
No.
This is
Everything's a dating app. Uber's a dating app.
If you're into old addresses.
Kakao Taxi is a dating app.
it's crazy.
LinkedIn's a dating
It's
app.
crazy.
Everything's a
It's
dating app.
crazy. Everything's dating.
I did see recently someone posted on Reddit. It was like raising up this girl on LinkedIn. It was kind of funny.
My point is that you can go into a situation with a certain kind of mindset, depending on.
But no, what I'm saying, Hunter, is that the intention that you have to begin with is the same. You're not going into Hello Talk and saying like, "Oh, I just want to meet some friend who happens to
learn
be a
Korean."
pretty girl."
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Fuck off.
My point is I can still meet them without like having that like.
You can, but you
Expectation.
don't. I like
what
your
do I
English.
do?
So I like your English.
I get what you're trying to say, but we know you too well.
yeah, yeah.
But anyway, my point is that Hello Talk is much easier. You can make friends on Hello Talk. Absolutely. Yeah, so Hello Talk is an app where you can make friends if that's what you want to do. It's definitely possible.
Yes.
However, a language exchange app that you can't make friends on and is only for
Dating
Dating and
body
sex
body language exchange.
is Meef.
No, Meef is unhinged. The stuff I've seen there, it's just
Oh, they just showing
no.
straight. They just showing straight bush.
They don't. You can't upload weird pictures, but like all the profile, like because it's marketed as a language exchange app, but it's exactly like a dating app. You
Yeah.
swipe left and right on people.
I think that's like you said, like Korea kind of blurs
Yeah.
the lines between.
Yeah,
them.
and
So they
it's
just
so-
they went
it's
full
so
into it.
weird. Yeah, it's so weird in that aspect. I will say, when I was more actively studying Korean, there were some nice people I met, but the conversations very quickly became so, and I was just like,
So what you did tonight?
man.
Where are you?
And the other one is like, even though when I wanted to like practice Korean, because that's why I downloaded the app. I was trying to not be like him, you know. I didn't want to die in level 2. I was trying to learn Korean, but like, it was just English
Yeah.
as well. No one was actually speaking Korean.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I did have some people match and were like, "Oh, I see you speak Afrikaans. I'm interested. I lived in South Africa, or I want to go to South Africa." So that was kind of cool that, people were interested in that aspect. But for the most part, it was just very quickly into talking about doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, just,
It's
no,
it was an interesting app, I will say. It was also the worst interface ever.
No,
Like,
it's-
every 5 people you like, whether you say yes or no, every 5 people you get like one of those like mobile game ads that
Yeah,
you have to
30
sit there.
Oh, I'm guessing
No,
they make
it's
bank
killer.
from that.
Oh, I'm sure they make a lot of money off of it. But it was the worst.
if you want to skip those
But
ads,
I will say-
you gotta pay.
Yeah.
if they do those mobile game ads instead of making you pay for like a premium, hats off to them.
I'm trying to remember. I think there was a limit on swipes, but it was like, insane.
I
Like,
have
you
no
could,
idea.
You could swipe forever. if
I have
remember
no
right.
idea. No, I think no. Mifu could swipe forever.
I think at some point it stops you, but
But
It just feels forever because
that-
of so many
Yeah, I was
ads.
gonna say
you have
yeah.
to go
It could be so infuriating. You just sort of stop swiping
Yeah.
because you just don't want to see any more ads.
the problem that would piss
I've
me off
seen
is
you use that app.
Yeah.
And I remember what you did.
He
when the ads
force closed
came,
it.
you just
force
closed the
closed
app and
force
opened it
close
again.
and
Yeah, and
reopen.
open.
Yeah,
I remember
that's
that.
the trick. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at the back of a cab when he
I
was
got
doing
the
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got the Diamond League tag for me.
We were coming from the pod going to Conde or something.
Yeah.
I
exactly
remember
that.
now.
Oh, I
remember.
It's like-
remember. That was a crazy night.
That was that night.
That was that night. Yeah.
Good night.
I lost my phone that night.
OG listeners
Oh,
know
yeah.
the night.
Listen to, hey, if you want to know, listen to all.
but
the
it
episodes.
but it was
All of
like it was like a it's like mechanics. You had to like force close and reopen. like force close reopen.
Psychopath.
Oh, you had like speed run.
Yeah.
So no app is worth that. Whether it's a dating app or a language exchange app, I would just say don't use
I
it.
met a few people off Meef, and
I know the kind of texts you got on Beef.
they were all crazy.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say
The one
no.
crazy girl that comes to mind
That
when I
crazy,
talk
yeah,
about crazy
no,
girls,
she was Meef, right?
She was Meef,
No,
yeah.
you have to be crazy to use that app.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And like sometimes I would get messages. I remember there was one girl that like, because I would go through this like cycle of like, I don't want to use the apps, and I delete them
Yeah.
all. And then like a week later, I'd be like, okay, back on the apps. Like
I'm
it's just
horny
like
now.
a cycle. Yeah, it's like a cycle, right? And so I just remember there was a girl on Meef that like I would always see their picture, like, and they would always like me. And I just remember one time I would accept it, and she just like sent me this long message, like basically just like insulting me for being white. Like
I like her. I like
like,
this.
you fucking white guys in
I like
Korea,
this.
blah blah blah
Oh.
blah blah. Like just
You
the
all look
first
the
That's
same.
my jam.
They're
That's
all
my
the
jam.
same. I was like, what did I do to you?
That's my jam,
Like
yes.
all I can imagine is that she just says yes to every white guy she sees, and if they say yes, she just instant copy paste.
That's-
this
ooh.
message.
That is, I will say.
I was like, that's
that is-
psychopath.
That's dedication.
No,
to
that's
the game.
dedication
I
to
love
the
that.
that's psychopath.
That's that Kendrick
That is
Lamar
psych-
level.
You have to respect like dedication.
That's that K dot.
I especially always say that "Where are you?" thing because I once got that message on Tinder. It's just I matched with someone. I was like, "Where are you?" I was like, what? Whoa.
I will say like the biggest. What have you guys had any like problems on dating apps? Like,
What do you mean?
I'm trying to think of like another situation that isn't so specific as to what I'm about to say.
No, give us.
No, yeah, so like
Yeah, you have to give us
I have a
context.
very specific issue that I've had on dating apps, but I
Yes.
can't imagine you guys having this issue.
Which is what?
You had an issue.
What?
I remember it. I'll remind you.
Yeah, no,
next.
I have an issue. I did. I'll say my issue. It's a very blanket issue that I think many people will easily recognize, and it's good information. If you're not white, but you're a foreigner, enjoy that shit.
Are you saying like enjoy it because it's
Enjoy
gonna be
it,
great?
because it's gonna be fucking miserable.
I don't know. I feel like you get that diamond in the rough every now and then. I've seen your inboxes.
Enjoy. No, it's just.
Man, it's just because he just looks tanned.
It's just the sort of Korean thing, like, but it's not limited to dating apps. I think, and we have spoken about this before, but
Those Brown Boys episode. Go listen.
yeah, Korea does have a tendency
For sure.
to be infatuated with whiteness in many different aspects of the culture.
I want to be
itself.
positive and say it's changing a little.
But
bit.
I know I will. No, I think it is changing, and that's the beautiful thing about it. You know, every country needs to grow, and I think Korea is just notorious for being behind in a lot of social aspects in general. But enjoy your dating app if you.
But to be fair, I haven't not had this experience in 8 years now, so I don't
Wow,
know.
what was
Hey.
yours?
We had a good run.
Oh, so we're cooked now?
You said it's changing. We had a
changing.
good run.
So it is actually changing.
I don't know. But if it is, I guess it's not our time
It was
anymore.
only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. Sooner or later.
We're getting cancelled everywhere.
What was your?
One girl has that one experience with Brandon. Suddenly, everyone starts hearing about it. Culture starts changing.
I mean, once you go somewhere.
Once you go
back.
to
Get
Shinchan.
off this track. What were you gonna say?
So like, mine's completely opposite. I was gonna say the issue I always had, not issue, but like a problem I ran into a lot was people not believing my name.
Yeah,
What?
you do like okay.
I've said I
your name's
think I
Hunter?
should, yeah.
I did compliment your name earlier, but it does kind of sound fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in Korea where Hunter means something completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Just
in
use
Korea,
your
like,
middle name. What is it?
Douglas.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Doug boy.
All right, just make up a name then.
Wolfgang. Gas the Glock, baby. Gas the Glock.
No, but like I would
Sounds like
get
a lot.
like
So
there were so
many
many
good
times I
ones.
would match people and they would be like, "So what's your real name?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "You're using a fake name. What's your real name?" And I was like, "My real name's Hunter." And like I've had times where girls were just like unmatch me because I think they just think that I'm fucking with them or like
No, it also sounds like you're just a guy who's there
looking for
a girl to
yeah.
bang.
You are the hunter. At least
I'm
you're
the
honest.
hunter.
Hey.
Wait a minute. I was looking for genuine connections on Bumble.
Yeah, right.
That's what every hunter says as they shoot down the gazelle.
But yeah, so like that was just an example of like a problem I've had. I guess not really a problem.
What was
but
his
just
problem?
An interesting.
Yeah, what was my problem?
Your long hair.
Your hair.
You spoke about this.
Yeah.
Where someone had matched with him and was like, hey,
yeah.
your
Do
hair.
you still have long hair? And I'm like, yeah, unmatched.
That's why you cut your hair.
No. Dude, that happened like,
that was like
over a year ago, almost
Yeah.
2 years ago.
That was like episode 3 of the podcast.
Yeah, that's so good, so good.
Yeah. Other than like my name, like I don't really think I've had issues. Other than like, I think sometimes I've gotten the question that this is not a Korea specific thing. Is how tall are you? Into an instant unmatch.
That is an interesting one where I will say Korea has this obsession that's, I think, uniquely Korean in the sense that many people put weight and height in their profiles.
I don't see weight often, but I see height a lot.
You don't? I've seen weight a good couple of times. It's
Interesting.
very, I'm just like I get it, but at the same time, it's just like adding to that superficial
Yeah.
aspect, you know, but it's just
Hey.
like, what the heck?
More cushion for the pushing. Brendan knows
Isn't
what
there
I'm
some
talking
app
about.
like that requires you to put that in?
Your weight? I don't
No,
think.
like your height.
Oh, height?
Height?
I don't think so. At least,
But you lie about your height on these apps.
no, I don't.
Didn't you say
No.
you're like 178 centimeters or something?
No, 174. Which is not a lie. Fuck you guys.
Just,
I mean, that's probably taller than me. So.
Yeah. No,
Luckily, I'm not in the game
That's
anymore.
why.
I don't lie-
That's
I would
why
never lie
like.
about anything on
I
the
like
apps.
just the good old fashioned go out and meet someone because it's like, hey, what you see is what you get.
yeah, no, I'm all for that. Uh-huh.
So how
But
did
not
you meet your
everyone
current
has
one?
your Riz.
At work.
Yeah, we're not there.
No,
It's
like you
just-
said earlier, right under his nose.
It was right under your nose the whole time. Right what you're looking for.
I mean, but that's like that is the old fashioned way how people met.
Yeah.
You know, like
Especially in Korea.
yeah.
Korea still has a lot of couples meeting at work because shit, that's all you do. You go to work.
Yeah,
from,
you don't go
from
home.
8 in the morning till 5. Then you work overtime till 10.
And if you get really old and you still can't find anybody, they always have matchmaking services
Uh-huh.
And hiking clubs.
and
hiking clubs.
That's if you get real old.
Yeah, it's here.
No, that's when you're already married and you're just you're old and bored.
No, it's when your spouse passes away.
Or that, yeah.
Time to hike.
I did want to touch on really quick, like if you come to Korea and you get on the subway, you might see these ads of people like these like couples sitting next to each other. They look all nice and like one's wearing a wedding dress. And if you can read Korean, it usually says like duoim, I think is the name. And it's a matchmaking service.
Oh, I thought it was like a language thing.
I know, these are matchmaking service.
Yeah.
And
I
they
thought it was
recently-
for someone to play league with.
No, Dio
wish.
also recently had an article posted about them on Korea Herald talking about some of the statistics. And because it is a matchmaking site, they posted like the ideal husband or the ideal wife.
Right.
And it was something like for men, the ideal husband is 180 centimeters tall.
Damn, I'm cooked.
Yeah.
Is between the age of 28 and like mid 30s. Oh no, sorry, 2 years older than the woman. Average salary is 5 million. Assets 300 million. Ideal job, office worker. Which is strangely enough, the ideal job was the same for both men and women. Office worker. And I think
Stable.
one of my students was like, she thinks it's because it's stable. You
Yeah.
sort of have that consistent hours. But a lot of my students also said that they don't agree with that because many, at least in the past, many men thought the ideal wife would be a teacher because you have a long vacation, which means you can get home and watch the kid. And there's also less overtime and things like that. And the average for women's is all a lot lower.
I heard recently that like an up and coming like occupation that's becoming more and more popular among young women is bank tellers.
Oh yeah?
Because they get paid pregnancy leave.
But
which
isn't
is
that
not
job
a super
just
common thing in Korea.
But they get that. But
like
teachers also get
teachers
it.
also get
But I mean, I don't know how long it is, but apparently like the bank teller one is like a good
like,
amount of time.
It's isn't it like government mandated? Because I know that they, like, for example, for teachers, and I know that it's also a government mandated thing, is they get 1 year paid leave. And they were looking to increase it to 1.5 or 2 years. I recently read an article about it because of the low birth rate.
The person that was telling me about this, they were just explaining like I don't remember exactly what the details were, but it's apparently just on the higher end of things.
But it's
compared to other occupations.
It's kind of funny though, because it's as the world moves more and more to online banking, bank teller is a job that is disappearing. But people still want to be a bank teller, but those jobs are getting.
I feel like in Korea, online banking will never like take over.
Which is funny because their system is technically really good, but simultaneously so shit.
Yeah.
It just depends on
All
your
the
bank.
hoops, like depending on your bank. There's so
If you
many
download a
hoops.
bank app, there's just too many things.
I think it's also
I am
just
dying.
I think it's just also like the older population doesn't use online
Well, they'll
banking.
die.
It's also funny because, like, I hate going to the bank in general, but then also I kind of don't mind it so much here because I usually get a really cute bank teller.
Give me out. No, this man.
I mean, what? I'm just sitting there waiting. At least there's something pretty to look
Recently,
at.
I had to go to the bank. I'm not gonna lie. There was this dude and this like either table I could have gone to. I was kind of mad that I had to talk to the dude. Not because I wanted to talk to like a girl because of my like liking girls.
Yeah.
It's just like it's easier to talk to them. When you talk to a kind of a guy,
Can I say if we're roasting him, I'm gonna say bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
Bullshit.
I like this. Turn the tables.
no, they're just nicer. They're just nicer.
I got you.
I will say it's the same for me on airplanes. Every time I go anywhere, I sit out.
Get
and I have
off
that-
this topic. Get off this
Yeah.
topic. I'm just curious.
It's just every time. It's
This is
just
a question for all of you. I mean, I
Stinky
hope
old
it
man.
doesn't get to it since we all are in some sort of commitment.
Of course. Yeah.
But would you use a matchmaking site?
A matchmake like
No?
like
Why
a
not?
service. You mean?
Yeah, as a service. Like,
Nah, I probably wouldn't either.
why not?
Just I don't know. I just prefer to meet someone on
I
like,
would say-
naturally and then go from there.
If I had been on a bunch of dates and none of them worked out, maybe yeah. To find someone who is compatible, maybe.
I think if I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like, I just want to find something that is like we said, kind of stable and just is going to work for me for us. Like if I'm like 45 or whatever, I'm just like, I just want to get this over with. Like, let's just figure something out so I can have kids and have a family, whatever. Then maybe. But I think as long as I feel like I still have the ability to make the choice for myself, I would rather just go out and try to find it myself. Rather than having someone else give it to me.
I also have a bit of a stigma against it because I feel like if someone had to go through it, it's because there were some undesirable qualities that didn't allow them to meet someone by themselves already. And so if they had to go through that, it's because there is an issue there. It's just like maybe a personal stigma. So I'd rather just
I can
It
not.
see
also,
the
it also
sort
just
of
feels really forced because like at that point you're paying money for it, right? So like whoever they introduce you to, you're also kind of have that kind of like that like subconscious obligation of like, I paid for this, like I need to try to make this work. Whereas like if you just go on a date on Bumble or something and it doesn't work out, you can just be like, okay, whatever, like it was nice, bye.
Still got to pay for
No, but I
dinner
mean,
and shit.
people still pay for like premium and stuff.
But
but that's a little different because you can meet other people. I mean,
No,
I don't know
dating
how
apps too. I mean, matchmaking too.
Okay.
It's not like I'm gonna go on a date with Dogger. It doesn't work out. I'm done. I'm not cook. I
Well, you're not
paid.
done, but I feel like you're still you paid for the service of meeting dogs.
But you
Yes,
would,
but I
the
can
service
still
probably
meet-
provide you with
you
someone
have
else.
to pay
too.
more for the next meeting.
No, I
Like,
think it's just like a
it's
monthly subscription, bro.
It's
I
a
think-
subscription of like you pay for like 6 months. In these 6 months, they're gonna hook you up with or set you up with different kinds of people.
Like I think it's if you already been on a bunch of dates, you can't find anyone. Like you've been trying and you couldn't find anyone.
But I think the thing with Korea
Why
is,
not try?
Yeah, a lot of people don't have time to even go out and meet people. So you end up using
That
these,
is a good point.
You use these matchmaking services to skip the effort of being like, shit, I just worked 12 hours, 6 days in a row.
Yeah.
I have no energy to go out to Hongdae.
Let me pay $100 to just
I wouldn't go to Hongdae if that's my intention.
I mean, I'm not going to Hongdae after 40s.
Yeah, that's what I was.
After 40s, we should honestly stop getting to Hongdae in our 30s, lads.
I don't know.
No.
You walk, you
Hongdae's
go to some
coming
of those
up.
bars, you see some old ass people in those bars.
It's the same people we saw all these years ago.
The regulars, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I think, I mean, while we're on this note, we can a little bit mention the other matchmaking services, which are like usually for older guys, Korean guys who live in the countryside, who get their brides.
We are getting into a very different topic.
Yeah,
Their
what
brides
is-
from other southeastern
Yeah.
countries.
Wow.
Imported
Southeastern
brides.
Asian
Southeast
countries.
Asia, mostly Thailand.
I don't. I
Filipinos,
was that's
Vietnamese.
on the same level as what we're talking about. But
I mean, because it is
think
a
it's
thing
good
that
topic.
happens
I think
here.
it's I think it's a good topic for us to jump into.
Yeah, actually, a funny thing.
association.
Where was it that we were? It was when I was in Daejeon. I saw this this huge billboard for it. It was like this huge advertisement, and it was right on the same building where a church was. It was this like huge
Classic
ad.
Korea.
Yeah, it was like this huge ad for like getting
order
your
brides?
bride from Vietnam.
But it's so funny because like
Vietnam.
you're in Daejeon seeing that. Go to the countryside, you don't see that. Because it's already so rife. Everyone already has
it's word of
their
mouth.
Southeast Asian brides. It's insane.
Huh.
It's insane. I don't want to get too deep into it. Terrible topic. Terribly sad.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely feel for those women.
is it because it's a trafficking situation?
It's not
or-
trafficking, but when they come here, they don't get support from the Korean government.
Yeah.
They don't get support from their husbands.
Yeah,
they
so
sort of
basically,
just-
if they get
they're
a
like
husband that is
living maids.
abusive,
Yeah.
they don't have anyone
They
to
don't
turn
have any
to.
support systems, and
I-
they just come here because the husband's like some 60-year-old lonely farmer dude.
Yeah, and better life than
who-
wherever they're from.
Yeah,
I
better
guess.
life wherever they're from. But they sort of just they live in maids who then have to sleep with the dude who doesn't care
Kind
about
of,
them. Yeah.
Like, when you think about, like, kind of exchanging something, like, okay, they get a wife and you get kind of money, I guess, and you can send it to your family, blah, blah, blah. Thinking about it, it's kind of course, it's kind of sad. But is it a good deal for some people? Maybe. But then usually it ends up being...
No, I don't say maybe. I say no because
don't
you are already in such a shit position.
probably.
You're kind of just accepting a less
Yeah.
bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can see, like, if we are talking, like, analytically, net positive, I get that. But, like, fuck, these are,
Yeah,
these are people.
I was approaching
These are people.
Yeah.
Net
This
positive.
isn't like some code.
I was approaching this with
Yeah,
math.
no, yeah. Like, mathematically, I see what you're saying. 100%. Yeah, no, just, fuck, they're people, dog.
Because I used to work in a hardware store in Iceland.
Yeah.
And these guys, like these retired guys who have a lot of these wives, come in every day. They're not even buying anything. They're just there. This is just kind of annoying. They're just there. And they just started talking to me because I used to work in the customer service desk. And they're just telling me their stories kind of about this. And sometimes they bring their wives. And actually, sometimes it seemed pretty okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's a situation where it could.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
always bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's probably not always bad.
Yeah.
I would say I would even probably go as far as say like majority is probably okay, but
No. In Korea, no.
you don't think so?
Yeah,
I know in Korea,
I've heard especially
I think
in Korea,
it would be
in Korea,
worse.
it's a generally bad social issue that's getting ignored a lot by
Yeah,
the government.
I think so.
It's a big problem.
Interesting.
Like,
Is it just because
I
the
know-
type, like the type of people who would do that are just generally going to be bad people?
I distinctly
There's a reason they
remember
don't have a Korean wife.
When I taught
think.
elementary school, one of my kids, like, we're like learning the words for like mom, dad, etc., and I was like to all the kids, oh, tell me about your mom, tell me about your dad. And I get this one kid, I'm like, oh, Youngwoo, how's your father? Cool guy. He's like, I hate my dad. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. I hate my
no.
dad. I was like, oh, I just opened some trauma for this poor little kid.
I think
He just-
like there
Yeah,
is
no, it's
an
insane.
issue with kind of like the perversion of some Confucian values that get too extreme at
Yes.
some points, and so like where you say like, oh yeah, you should serve the man, but then it becomes really obsessive.
So
in some
it doesn't
cases.
become this kind of trade that is
Yeah.
advertised. It becomes this kind of like...
Yeah.
You are like a slave, a living
Yeah,
maid.
basically.
who
You are
you-
meant to
yeah.
serve the man and do what
Yeah.
the man says, like kind of thing.
Nice. Let's get off the bad notes. Let's wrap this up with some good notes. How about
I think we didn't talk about another one that I think also people might also use a lot too.
So what we're saying, don't use that one.
Yeah.
don't use that.
Don't order
Don't
a
use the order bride, thank
Vietnamese bride.
Unless you do love them, but also if you are ordering them, it's not real love.
No, another one that I think people use a lot for meeting friends and maybe potentially for dating too is Kakao open group chats. Considering that we all met there,
True.
it is,
And we are lovers.
And we all love us.
I think it is worth mentioning.
Yeah,
Four happy gay lovers.
No, we know some couples, or maybe at least one that comes to my mind that has come from those groups.
And you also dated a couple in the groups.
I didn't date anyone from
I
the
didn't
groups.
date anybody.
Tried.
Who? What?
You went on a good couple of dates.
With who?
Don't make me name names.
Other group. I thought you were talking about the league group.
No,
Okay,
not the
never
league
mind.
group. Not
Never
the league
mind.
group.
Okay, never mind. Never
No,
mind.
in my basketball group, I know at least 3 couples
Yeah.
who came from
Who came from the group? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
but that's the same thing about like the meetups, like trying to keep the guys and girls even. And
But they were not trying
No,
anything. We just played basketball.
I
and then
mean,
just after we would
there
go for
are
drinks
people
and
who like also join or have that intention, but I really do feel, at least in my case, where like, because when I came here, COVID hit and like I was playing League on the NA server by myself, but I got kind of bored. It was feeling a little bit lonely, so I wanted to find a group of people who spoke English who also played League in the Korean server.
Same.
And so I joined the group where we all met at. And then eventually, we had some meetups, and then that's where we all met up and everything. And then cool, like I have friends now. I never used that group as like for a hookup thing because I originally did want to just play games there. However, I do know that in other circumstances you can also, I mean, it can just happen, or it can be that you do want to because of that. But I just feel like it is another way of meeting people that can also potentially turn into dating. Because if you join a group where you're doing something that you like, you just meet other people with similar interests.
Yeah. Which is
And
what
then
I thought
something
the
can be
initial
born from there.
Hobby absolutely
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I think that does fall more into like the how to make friends in Korea kind of topic though.
But I think that's the difference
I think,
between the open chatting and like the actual apps for it. The apps turn into a dating thing.
Yeah.
The chat rooms
facilitates it.
the chat rooms are just chat rooms.
Yeah,
So it's kind
it
of
can be facilitated for sure.
I mean, you can search like or have different hashtags on your open chat profiles for dating.
Don't give this advice. I don't need more fucking random ass people joining our league chat and being like, "What's up, guys? What's League of Legends? I don't know."
what
Fuck
page
those
is that?
guys.
But I mean, I've never seen it, but do like dating open Kakao group chats exist?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably.
No,
Yes,
that's what I say. That's what I'm trying to talk about. You don't even have to have a chat room because you can create an open profile that's searchable. Many people do put like date as a hashtag on their open profile, so you can search these things and use it. I wouldn't recommend because
Yeah,
they are
but just fucking
like
weirdos.
you
I
get
think that's
so
kinda
many
desperate.
Weird, no, like even beyond desperation, there are so many like weird dudes who pretend to be women, and it's a lot more common in open chats.
Maybe
It's
kind
just
of like those kind of romance
yeah,
scams.
sort of like scammy. Yeah, a lot of romance.
Yeah.
Scams. Not that they
American
can't happen
soldiers.
on dating apps, but it's just so much easier to do it on an open chat room.
Yeah,
like Kakao.
yeah. Okay, to wrap this up on a more positive note, though, of all the apps we've talked about, which one would you recommend to someone who's in Korea?
Wants to
and-
date or learn Korean?
Let's say date.
Date Bumble.
Yeah. Bumble. Bumble is your ideal dating app.
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
I mean, we already spoke about all the benefits and things. It's just, it feels like there's a stronger connection from the get-go when people do chat because it just seems like people are actually interested in whatever profile you've cooked.
Yeah. Yep. But you? What was yours, Bryant?
If we talk about the apps, I guess for dating, probably also Bumble. Because I only used both, right? Tinder and Bumble,
yeah.
and it wasn't for a long time, but
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I clicked the wrong button. I was trying to fucking turn this off because it keeps dinging. And I hit the...
But yeah, it just in general, I kind of felt that Bumble was maybe a little less sleazy than Tinder was.
Nice word choice. I like that.
Yeah.
Tinder does have that sleazy feel. It's
Yeah,
just,
it does.
And
You don't feel good about being
You
on
can
it.
even see in some like there's a distinct difference in like the types of pictures people post.
Yeah.
On Bumble, I think, people just have a more friendly vibe in terms of the pictures they post, whereas on Tinder, not to say people can't dress a certain way, but the pictures
Are you slut shaming?
No, I'm not slut shaming. I'm just saying pictures are a lot more,
Yeah.
provocative and enticing and
not
alluring.
it's not a shaming thing.
It's not a shaming
that's
thing.
what
It's
they're
just
looking
a
for.
different,
That's what
a
they're
different
trying
kind of
Yeah, I think
vibe.
that is a good point because at least in my experience, I would see on Bumble the types of pictures that people posted were maybe more akin to their interests and like kind of showing
Yeah.
what kind of person they really are, as opposed to how attractive they are.
Yeah.
Look, I'm hot. Here's my
Yeah.
close-up selfies.
Yeah, I do agree. I think for me, it's hello talk. I mean,
I knew you were gonna, I was waiting for this. If you didn't say hello talk, I was gonna say hello talk.
And this is the man who was like, "Oh
Get
no,
me
that's
out.
where you meet
Oh,
friends."
I'm joking.
Get me out. Get me
Obviously,
out.
I'm gonna agree with Bumble. I think it's the best one.
Oh.
And for like pretty much the same reasons. Like I just feel like I think I like the systems of Bumble a lot better. I feel like it facilitates like actually making a connection rather than just hey, like you said, look how hot I am. Like,
I don't know, guys.
do you like me?
Having only had experience with Tinder like 8 years ago, if I'm listening to all these advice, taking anything from this fucking episode, I would be using Hello Talk to get dates. It's taking everything we just said on the
I mean,
show.
if we're being honest, yeah, I think you're gonna get more.
I think that's the result of this show, and
Hanging
anyone
out.
who's listening is gonna think that.
hanging
me
out.
out.
If you just want to hang out with people and just see where things go, Hello Talk is better.
So-
But if you're wanting to meet someone who's specifically also thinking about dating you, then Bumble's better.
Don't abuse.
Oh, for sure.
Don't abuse my
So-
pure language exchange app.
So, for the future of all the women who go on Hello Talk, we are sorry.
Don't open your DMs. When my students are always like, "Oh, how can I practice English? I want to talk to people outside of class." I'm like, "There's this app called Hello Talk, but don't open." I distinctly tell. I'm like, "Look at my DMs. I don't open. Look at all this." I'm
My
like, "Don't
recommendation
open your
for
DMs.
anyone who wants to do that, just
Yeah.
go on Reddit and start speaking to people.
Don't fucking open your DMs.
Yeah, I think
No, but legit, just start answering threads on Reddit and speak to people
True,
through
you're
there.
gonna have if you make a mistake, some grammar nut is gonna appear.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
and if you're trying to meet
you're like,
Koreans,
and then you're like, yeah.
and if you want to meet Koreans, there's one that's very similar. It's called DC Inside, I think.
Yeah, never go on that side.
Never go on DC Inside. That's another topic.
It's a fucking DC incel.
No, it is very much.
No, I do think
I don't
like
know what you're
It's a very
overall,
fucked up.
It's like 4chan
Yeah.
of
It's like 4chan of Korea.
Korea. Yeah.
I never went on 4chan, so I'm not sure what.
Lucky guy.
Yeah,
lucky you.
Lucky guy.
I'm not sure what that reference is.
No, yeah, I think like in terms of dating, Bumble's gonna be the best one. I think, especially if you're coming from another country that speaks English, like
But from what I
it's gonna
heard,
be the most accessible for you.
if you're just looking for a hookup,
Tinder's the way to
Meef.
go. Or me, yeah. Actually, yeah.
Hook up and then delete their number because
because they're probably crazy.
they're crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's a first date only app. No
No
follow-ups.
ways.
So if you're planning to come to Korea, or if you are in Korea, what's your favorite dating app? Let us know in the comments below.
And this podcast brought to you by Bumble.
Not brought to you by Bumble. Very clearly not brought to you by Bumble. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to give us a little subscribe and a like. If you want to see what Bryant's haircut looked like, go check out our Patreon because it's up on Patreon right now. www.
Is it though?
It is
yeah.
on Patreon. Patreon.com/.
Shit.
And there's a surprise barber.
And a surprise barber. Yeah. Go check out the video on how he got his haircut. That'll be coming out on our YouTube maybe a week after I upload it on Patreon. We got to give them the sneak peek, the first look.
Little
But thank you for watching, guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Hopefully Brandon will be here. If
will.
not, we'll
come.
do another podcast for I guess 2 months ago. No, we're back, baby.
Let's get it.
We'll see you next time. Bye.